You disingenuous.
Yo. What up, chat? Late? I know. I was already running super late and everything on my computer was just not working. So I got to spend the last 45 minutes just troubleshooting stuff. I am closing all my tabs right now because literally everything was not working. Unity kept crashing, I couldn't connect to Chatterino, and whenever I was opening OBS, all my settings were fucked. I was like, what is going on?
It's time to stop, okay?
Eventually,
No more.
I said, I don't know, something on the computer has to be like fundamentally screwed right now. And so I just reset the whole computer. I was like, I don't know what's happening. So I restarted the whole computer. Shit was still pretty jank. But all of a sudden, Chatterino, after sitting there for like 5 minutes, all of a sudden connected. And then my Unity stopped freezing up every 5 seconds, and I could compile the bot. If you guys were here while I was testing stuff, or not testing stuff, I was trying to get ready for stream. I had the bot running, but the cosmetic didn't exist. Like whenever people typed in ! shop item, it showed like a naked sweatling or something, like a sweatling that had no cosmetics on. It was weird. I didn't know what was going on. And, but yeah, it seems like it's going now. I have no idea. To honor the power outages, could we get some power words? I don't know if I'm ready to return. My last time in power words, I won. I like that stat. I'm not ready to change that stat.
1% win rate. I like that stat.
No, not 1%. It wasn't 1 out of 100. It was like 1 out of 10, you know, it's like 10%. Yeah, that's something, that sounds more accurate. Can you hear me? Okay, one moment, I'm closing and opening things and I hear you.
Nope.
All right. It's working.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Dude,
we got him.
the tech problems today are crazy. You've spent the last 5 decades gaming. How are you still as if it's your first day interacting with the computer? What do you mean? How do you know what I was doing? Were you watching on another camera in here? How do you not know I didn't just fucking whip out the motherboard, fucking redo the circuits and put it back in, and you're like, it's your first day? You don't know what I was doing? Basically what happened was really weird. So,
It's time
the
to
weeb's
stop.
already muted.
It's time to stop, okay? No more.
If something happens and the stream goes out again, just know that would probably end the stream for today. If it does, it was not a power outage. It was not an internet outage. It was none of that.
See this guy right now. He is launched in
Probably the worst thing that could happen. My monitors all of a sudden shut off, and my fan just started going like just going ham. And then I was like, what the fuck is happening? I was like, chat, can you see me?
You guys can see this guy right now. He is
So then
sweat.
I jump on my phone. I pull out the phone. I pull up chat, and I'm like, chat, can you see me? And you guys are just saying random shit. But I'm like, you guys are just saying random shit always. It's like, chat, if you actually hear me say something. And I was like, I can't tell if you guys are being stupid or if I don't know what's happening. Because you guys are just saying like random stuff like classic Texas and random shit. I'm like, so you can't see me. And somebody says something that's like kind of close. They're like, oh, here we go again. I'm like, wait, is that in response to me? I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. And so then anyways, I'm trying to communicate and then somebody subs and you guys, so the lights go off in the room and the blue light's like, okay, so you can see me. And I was like, you guys can see me? And then no one's responding, like, what is happening? And so I'm just sitting there getting trolled over there. And I can hear you guys making sounds with DunkBot too. I can still hear the bot going off. I hear all that, but then the monitors are off, and the computer fan's going crazy. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So then I said, fuck it. I just held the power button down, to reset it, and then when I reopened it was like Windows update. I was like, oh, here we go again. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna do Windows update. Who knows, man? Somebody at Microsoft got vibe code, and this thing could be jank as hell. Like, fucking send it. So I just fucking updated as well, and and here we are. We're back, baby. Will we jump directly into the daily today? Probably. Let's see. Start a new game. Daily run. Let's decide on what our run's going to be. He's back to yapping. Oh, the fungal shift that we're going to do. So we're going to do a fungal shift themed run. And in Noita, there's a thing called the Tannerkivi. And I was thinking of maybe turning it in like dirt into something interesting. So dirt into like, I don't know, what would be a cool one? Or we could do what Indoor Cat said and do the infinite cycle of the fungus exploding stuff. Dirt to... what are we going to change dirt to? I need dirt to piss, dirt to acid. Oh shit, dirt to acid would be crazy. Dirt to mud. Monstrous powder. Monstrous powder would be fun, but hell no, I'm not hunting that shit down. Nobody's throwing out any good suggestions. What's happening? Dirt to polygas. Hell no. Fool's gold? All right, we could do fool's gold if you guys want. Dirt into fool's gold. So let me think for a moment. We'd have to get urine to interact with lava to make fool's gold in a flask. That's doable. Then we have to get obviously dirt in a pouch. That's no problem. Then we would have to shift, let's say dirt into water, and then the stone would create water, and then water into fool's gold, and then the dirt would create fool's gold. I believe should be a good order there. Yeah, shit that dirt. Shit that dirt. Do rainbow? Dirt into rainbow / void liquid. We could do that. Okay, that one also works. Wouldn't something liquid be better so you can use it for digging? Yeah, realistically it would be better. Because yeah, the other one would just look cool, but it would be a little bit lame. Poll it? Alright, here, I'll do a poll. I'm doing a poll. 1 minute poll. Because you guys are being a pain. Hold up. All right, the poll's there. Vote. Basically, what you're choosing, in case you guys are curious, the Tannerkivi is this stone that you hold in any solid material around you, or at least most solid materials, gets converted into dirt. So we're gonna do a fungal shift. We have to look up the shifts. You have to shift the dirt into another material. So you guys are going to choose the other material. You guys look like you're wanting void liquid. I'm like, all right, we could definitely see this. I don't know if that'll be the most exciting. I would like monstrous powder, but monstrous powder is just too hard to hunt down. You guys are hyped for the void liquid. Maybe there's a cool effect there that you guys are thinking of that I'm not realizing. We'll see. All right, there we go.
Can you shift dirt into Rogaine?
Tannerkivi. I once shifted acid into void liquid, and circle of acid looked incredible. Ooh, okay. Well, then now you got me hopeful there.
Into the tail.
Creating the VOID TANNERKIVI daily run. There we go. I still haven't really come up with a good way to farm the EOE materials. That's the issue. I have an idea. If back up your save before critical shifts, can we try multiple options? Or is that too much? We'll see how quickly I get through it all. It really depends on what today's daily, like what material shifts it has. I don't know the shifts already. We have to look them up. If they're easy ones, then yeah, but usually they don't end up being that easy. Usually they require a little bit of work to make them happen. Noita creating the VOID TANNERKIVI daily run. Alrighty. Finally we can play. Oh, I didn't update challenge. And if I don't update challenge, somebody's going to type it and they're going to freak out when it doesn't give them a breakdown. Today we're looking up the fungal shifts on the daily run in an attempt to make it so that the Tannerkivi, the Earth Stone, creates void liquid. That is our challenge for today. Everything's updated. Daily run. Let's go. Back to my corner. I apologize. I'm in the corner hiding now. Chaotic poly. Unstable. Okay.
Oh, well done, dearie. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you. Oh shit. Damn it. That could have went so much better. Anyways, what I was originally trying to do was I was trying to turn into something here. And what you do is you wait for the timer to be about to end, which I'm pretty bad at timing it. And, oh, damn it, sorry, I was reading Indoor Cat. Shouldn't have gone to new, wait. Shouldn't have to go to new game, but the only option is blood to void liquid. Shift number 10, and then soil to blood. Wait, soil, you just mean like the dirt, right? To blood, shift 17. Shift 10 and 17? Oh boy, those are some deep ones. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, now I gotta time this correctly. Oh, I timed it badly. Today we're using, we're shifting dirt into void liquid in order to create void liquid with the Tannerkivi in the daily run. Why are your texts so long? Well, mine's more of like an explanation like you would talk to a human. That one, they may end up, you know, they may ask what void liquid is. It's a whole thing, man. I don't know. I just kind of throw on whatever. I'm very vulnerable when I'm a deer. Dude, what's up with my timing today? I've gotten too used to the unstable polymorphine, I think is what it is. No! Okay. Because if you're curious, unstable polymorphine lasts like... Is it like 5 seconds more?
I'll go into lurk mode.
It's
for
a decent
few
amount
hours
more.
now. This weekend is my chance for a golden yes sign. Don't
Oh,
let me
yeah?
down.
Why is your text so long? They asked the streamer that started playing the game at 3 a.m. after repeating himself for an hour and a half. Hey, Mind's Eye, get your ass in bed. It is past your bedtime. I know your sleep. I know what your doctor said. He said you need a better sleep schedule. It is currently like 1 a.m. your time. That's it. I'm telling the doctor. It's Friday night. Listen, every night's Friday night for Mind's Eye. If I followed the doctor's advice, I'd never catch a stream. His literal advice was stop watching that greasy nerd. That was how he just told him to take care of any sleep issues he had.
That it for you.
No, it was more like go to bed around 9 p.m. Oh yeah, I remember you said that, because I was like, wouldn't it just matter how much sleep you got in general? And you're like, well, that's what I was originally thinking too, but apparently the time matters as well, and it was a whole thing. All right. We'll look up the shifts at the first mountain. I'm too lazy to look right now. Indoor Cat's already looked into it, and he's thinking shift number 10 and 17 should seal the deal. Just so you know, for anybody who's curious that are like, wait, how do you do a run based around fungal shifts when you don't even know the shifts yet? We will be looking them up, but you may say, well, how do you know if the seed will even allow the shifts that we're looking for? And that's because if you can be in a seed that has bad shifts. That's not unheard of. But when you go to New Game Plus, each New Game Plus that you go into will kind of give you a new pool of potential fungal shifts. So for a seed to have you unable to do something, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's highly, highly unlikely, because not only would it have to not be possible on the current seed you're on, the current world you're on, but every new game plus world would have to be impossible as well. So let's say that it is a, I don't know, I'm just gonna pull a number out of the air, a 50% chance that the seed that you're on, the current world gen that you're on, cannot do the fungal shift you're wanting to do. Well, that means you like lost a coin flip, essentially. Well, when you go to New Game Plus, you would get another coin flip. You would have to proceed to lose the New Game Plus coin flip 28 times for you to be completely locked out. 50% is probably a little bit high of a prediction, but you get the idea. So I'm just playing the odds when I go into runs. I say there will be some New Game Plus world on this seed will allow us to do the fungal shift, I'm sure. So anytime you see this dude over here, you have to get rid of him quickly if you can, because he does burn everything. And as you can see right there, he's ruining all my shit. I got a flask. Pretty good one, I think. Unstable telly. I probably should grab an extra one just to grab put water in it. Also, since I have acid, I doubt I'll need the chaotic poly and the acid. Seems a bit extreme. But yes, these shops here are really exciting. Just so you know, they are always worth looking at, because these shops can have things like a Healthium flask can spawn in them. It is possible. Just like a Healthium flask can spawn in any pedestal, pretty much. Like this right here could be a Healthium flask. It's just a small chance. It's like a very, very low odds. So whenever you see a shop, it's like the small chance, but there's so many potions that spawn in there. You're like, oh, you know, it may be a 1% chance, but, you know, we have 10 rolls there. It's not even 1%, I don't think. The odds are probably like, I don't know, 0.02. I don't know. The wiki tells. You could math it up there to see the exact odds. Can a monstrous liquid spawn in one of them? I don't think so. I think for not monstrous liquid, you're thinking of monstrous powder. There is no monstrous liquid, but monstrous powder I think has to spawn in a flask that is dropped from a chest. I think. Again, some of the Noita odds are so crazy that it's hard to remember stuff, because it'll be like, oh no, it can't spawn in a flask, but it's a 0.0000001% chance. And you're just like, okay, well, you know, it's like, I didn't realize I needed to calculate for the 1 in, you know, 100,000 chance or some shit. But yeah, if somebody has monstrous powder in a run, you can almost guarantee that they got it from a greater chest. Almost guarantee. I think a regular chest may be able to, but it's really rare chances from regular chest, and I've never heard of it just chilling on a pedestal on its own. If somebody ever found a seed like that, though, feel free to share it. Can mimic chests drop something? Because I'm pretty sure I've seen that mimic chest spawn a mimic heart. No, they cannot drop anything. I don't think they can. Well, it depends on what you consider dropping it. If you put pheromone on top of a mimic heart, it actually will, I mean, a mimic chest, it will start to cough up things like gold, flasks, and it can even cough up a heart. But I don't think there is even a possibility of a mimic chest coughing up a mimic heart. I don't think that's a thing.
I will always.
All right, I'm exiting the first zone. The first zone's just meh. We've got some good resources. I can't complain too much, so I'm happy with this. We're going to the first mountain. Bets are closing. Bets are closing. All right, bets are officially closed. Shop will be in just a moment, so yeah, prepare for that too.
Do you have any plans for the next event stream? If so, when do you plan on one?
We're getting closer. Lately, the latest events, I've just been last second planning them. I've been, you know, just focused on other DunkBot 2.0 related things, you know. These are garbage, by the way. Let's re-roll this. But yeah, so I haven't decided on what the next event's going to be, but we are coming up on it quick. Coming up on it fast. I very purposely didn't get my bed in. Can you reopen so I can still not bed? Oh. Looking at the shifts now? Sure, let's look at the shifts before we go deciding on what, somebody's gonna, I think I opened the shop. Nope, nobody got baited, actually. Show map. Let's see these shifts real fast. We don't look at the other stuff. We're literally just interested in the fungal shifts. Shift number 1, oil, swamp, and peat into whiskey. Blood into held material. Is blood on the right side at all? Blood into silver, grass, and brass and copper. Why say grass? Explain shift number 5. Acid into acid. So basically, if you don't hold anything, so if you you're holding your wand like normal, and you do the fungal shift, acid into acid means that it will literally roll a different shift. So something else will happen here because it tried to be this material into the same exact material, which then says, nope, can't do that. So then it grabs another random shift. It doesn't just skip to the next one. It literally generates a different random shift. Be careful. That has fucked me over before. Because let's pretend that we look up all of our shifts and we say, oh, I know exactly what I want. I know exactly how I want to do my shifts. But and then so shift number 5 happens. I'm like acid to acid. Oh, I don't care about that. And then what ends up happening is it chooses another random shift, and that could affect the materials that I was planning to do stuff with. And then you're like, oh shit. So you have to, in this scenario, what I would do, or what I will be doing today probably, is I'll say, okay, acid to acid will cause another random shift. So instead I'll purposely hold a material that isn't acid so that it sees, okay, this is a shift and I can anticipate what's going to happen. Basically, you don't want to leave this moment of randomness. I don't know how the reshift is done. Like I don't know how the next shift is chosen. I would assume that is also seeded, but I don't know. Like they don't show it on this website. They don't show what the reroll shift is going to be. So our first shift is going to be this into whiskey. I think we're okay with that happening. It adds 1. There you go. Solar, or Latali said, not solar. It adds 1 to a random seed used or whatever, and does those tries 20 times. Indoor Cat says, what if it fails all 20? Be some kind of crazy scenario, right? All right, so we can start doing some of our fungal shifts. I'll go ahead and do shift number 1, which is going to be oil. Again, we could hold something if we wanted to. It's going to, if we don't hold anything, it's going to be oil, swamp, and peat. So all 3 of these are going to turn into whiskey. We could hold something and turn it into a whiskey if we would prefer. Obviously, people who like to min-max would hold something like polymorphine here, turn it into whiskey, gets rid of the polymorphine. But, you know, I find like that's, you know, we like to look up the shifts to do a fun challenge like we're doing today, but I try not to soak every ounce of power out of knowing this information and like delete all the dangers, because I feel like that's like overusing the information, if that makes sense. Everybody chooses their own rules in Noita, right? What do you feel is the most balanced? But so basically I'm just gonna let oil, swamp, and peat turn into whiskey on that one. We're just gonna let it ride. Consume. Okay, he will die by poly today. No, don't curse my run. Please. All right, there says whiskey. So we already know the shift, so there's no reason to even try to, you know, do like a Noita forensics breakdown and find out what took place, because we already know. Also, we can grab All-Seeing Eye. A lot of people in the chat are always giving me a hard time because I tend to probably undervalue All-Seeing Eye a bit. It's just I'm always yapping whenever I'm streaming, and that causes me to lose track of where I've been. And when you have All-Seeing Eye, you can't tell where you've been. It doesn't leave like a path of light where you walked. Instead, everything's revealed. So on days like today, when I grab this early, I usually get, I end up missing chunks of zone because I lose track of where I've been and where I haven't and all that crap. But oh well, it is. Just because I stream and talk is the reason I don't like it. Nothing to do with the perk not actually being good. Oh my gosh, I thought that was in the right spot. Honestly, I don't even know if we're gonna piss off the gods. I'm just gonna have this there just in case I mess up. Let me create the hole. Hold up, hold up. So we have that in the right place. Black hole. I'll do it fast because worst case I just kick the statue into Steve anyways, right? Hey, look at that. Perfect shot. Perfect shot there. We have our non-pissing off the gods method out of the mountain. And I put this up. Put the digging there. NFL season wild so far. I mean, we have hope. My brother is always so optimistic when it comes to the Cowboys. And he's like, you know, the NFL is crazy this year. Anybody can win at, you know, any game. So he's like, you never know. The Cowboys could go some pretty far this year. And I'm like, you know, I'm a little more pessimistic when it comes to the Cowboys. I was like, we fucking suck. God damn it. We suck again. You know what? I don't even need this acid, so. If you ever have one of these flasks that are the triangle flasks, the way you get them is because the Alchemist, the flask throwing guy, throws these. And just know that, yes, I am emptying this flask out because I need to use it to fill up with water, but I still should try to get a regular flask because you got to remember that these flasks only hold half as much liquid. So whenever I put water in it, it only has half as much water as a regular flask. So I'm constantly going to have to be refilling this compared to the other one. You know, I can at least go longer. Wait, aren't those 200% capacity? No, they say 200% when you first get them. What it means is it has the amount of a regular flask crammed into a half flask, which means that it'll say, you know, like the acid I had said acid 200%. So it's holding, at that point it means it only has like a normal amount of acid. If you empty it out, it doesn't let you refill back to 200%. It only lets you go to 100%. So that means you're now at half of a normal flask. And the 200%, whenever you pour from it, it shoots out with more pressure, which I think is the reason that the devs did it. They wanted it to seem like it was a flask that would, like, you know, spray the liquids very far. So they halved its holding capacity, and yeah, it's a whole thing. Point is, triangle flasks hold half as much as regular flasks. Yep, flask scammed. Good old flask scam. Let me just jump in here and, oh, you know what we could do? Kind of crazy. I'm gonna pull the old return trickaroo. Wasn't there a perk that gave you a larger flask capacity? I don't think anyone like that ever existed. I'm trying to remember for a moment. I don't think so. Also, shout out to pouches holding 1,500 pixels for some reason. Yeah, I have no idea how the devs came up with the numbers that they have. They kind of just did things. Maybe a mod? Yeah, I could see a mod probably having that. They removed it because it was kind of buggy and ass. I can't even remember it. Maybe because it was ass. I didn't even grab it. Dunk, if you made a course on Noita, I would gladly pay. Oh, I appreciate you there, Vinicy. Well, the good news is you don't have to pay. You can always stop by here and just ask any questions you got. I'm always looking for something to yap about. If you don't ask me any questions, then I have no topics, and then I just start ranting about AI, and then chat gets very upset, and then I'm like, "Come on, guys, AI's the future," and then they get angry, and then I tell them about how cryptocurrency is where they should invest all of their money. Okay, maybe not that last part. Last part was a joke. This is a prank. This is the worst cult that I'm a part of. Wait, are cult members part of multiple cults? I don't think that's a thing. You're only allowed one. You have a limit to one per person. Are you betraying the cult? You monster. He's a double agent. Let's see if we can do a little bit of return scamming here for a moment. So we're going to cast return, and after a moment, it pulls us back. So we're going to use this to kind of get deep into the, so like, for example, if I want to go to this spot and I run over here. Before it pulls me back, I cast here. And then it pulls me back, I go further over here, and then before it pulls me back, I cast here. So using this, you can actually get further and further away from these 2 points, and yeah, you're basically creating like a little kind of portal system, I guess. I don't know how you describe it exactly, but it's a return system, exactly what it is. So just, we cast it, we jump in here, we wait for a little bit, then we cast it again. Oh, I cast it at the exact moment. I cut that a little close. Cast again. I was way early on that one. Jesus. I jumped the gun a little bit. Damn it. There's nothing that I want there. Huh. Perks were quite lame. I do have a black hole, so I could easily dig this. There's no reason to be doing the return jumping back and forth. Let me look at those wands one more time. Let me look in there one more time. Nice trick. Yeah, I remember in the early days whenever I watch a doll do this, like, this is genius. It's like, this is too try hard, man. I don't need to do that. But like over time, the more I play Noita, the more I appreciate doing the little goofy things like this to try to get every ounce of damage that I can. So yeah, for people that say, ah, fuck doing that, I don't blame them, because that's how I was too. And for the people that like to, you know, min-max like crazy, it's also fun to goof around with that stuff. I didn't really see any wands that I was super impressed with. We could run a chain bolt. There was a chain bolt in there. I may swap to that, but let me look around for a bit first. Ooh, that hurt. What the hell? There's invisible crap everywhere. I love to see these tryhard mechanics. All right, well, I'll try to, if I can think of any others while we're playing along here, I'll try to bust them out. Speaking of which, we're supposed to be doing another fungal shift right now because we have a lot of fungal shifting that we have to do today. So I'm trying to stay ahead of it. Shift number 2 that we're doing today will be blood into worm blood. So the next one was blood into worm blood, which is not too bad of a shift. Like I think that's all right in my book. To be honest, Dunk, you never looked better than with those fox ears. Is that a self-report? Is that what's happening right now? Cloud, are you, not to call you out, I mean, you like what you like, but, are you a big fan of W Place? I'm trying to think how to word this. Sneck is just laughing. Sneck knows what I'm asking. What's W Place? You don't know W Place. W Place, you literally just type in on your browser wplace.live. It's just a huge map of the world, and anybody can like draw on it and stuff, like with pixel art. There's rules. You can only put so many pixels down every so often, so that it's you know, it's supposed to be like a community drawing stuff. And anyways, W Place apparently is just covered in furry art. I guess the furries just really loved the concept. A lot of weebs out there too. And yeah, no, my bar is very high. So for you to reach the lowest step ladder has required that much. Wait. I'm still confused. By adding on fox ears, I looked better. But you're claiming to not be a furry. I don't know. It's getting a little suspicious if you ask me. Alright, we're healed up. The ears sound like weeb, not furry. Is this that like image that people link where they say this is weeb, this is furry? Because honestly, whenever I was looking at the chart before, I was a little confused myself. I was like, what is happening here? I thought they were all furries at this point, but apparently there's levels to this shit. Why don't you take the teleport bolt at the next mountain? Wait, it is a telebolt? Am I crazy? Are you guys making shit up? What? Chad, are you fucking lying? Oh shit, you weren't lying. I love you guys. How do I do this? I was too slow. Hold on. So we're gonna edit this there. I do that, edit this here. Then this we don't need. You know, teleports go here. We cast, jump in here, jump, 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 jump. Grab that. That's our damage wand. No, I'm too slow. I don't think I want anything else from that. Probably don't need that. This is some funky try-hard editing. I know. It's getting a little crazy. There you go. Thank you for pointing out the teleport in there. I just saw all the returns. I wasn't even paying attention to see the teleport. That's kind of silly. I just wanted to swap to the chain bolt. Chain bolt allows us to kind of just aim. It has a built-in homing, so lazy aiming, hell yeah. Chain bolt drops off really hard, I feel like. Some people like it. Some people still say they use it in the late game. Me, usually if I'm using it in the late game, it's because of like a personal challenge. It's never because I'm like, hey, I really want that good chain bolt damage. But in the early game, it's pretty fantastic, so we'll take it. Are you going to be able to do the shifts in this seed, or are we going to need to do New Game Plus stuff? Indoor Cat was saying that... Oh, buddy. We got a Greek letter from that. Okay, Indoor Cat was not saying, oh, buddy, but hold up. He was saying that he saw the shifts on this seed could work. I believe it was shift number 10 and 17. So number 10, it is blood into held material. So we would hold, for example, dirt, like a dirt pouch. And then the blood would turn into dirt. Wait, am I doing that right? Hold on, that's not right. No, okay, I'm doing it backwards. It would be blood into... void liquid, and then down here on 17 we would hold the dirt, and dirt would turn into blood, which blood would be void liquid. So 10 and 17. Did I do it right there, Indoor Cat? He said yep. Okay, it took me a moment. My brain was, I don't know why the shifts always like struggle so much. I'm like, oh, my brain. Yeah, Thalina said we have blood into void, then dirt into blood. So 10 and 17 are the big ones. Which silver, brass, and copper is also going to become void liquid. That should be entertaining. 18, you can turn dense rock into EDR, or EDR into void liquid too. That would get really weird. We may. Let's see. We'll see where the journey takes us today. We've done 2 shifts so far. Next shift is going to be held material into SEMA or fungus blood, weird fungus. So I don't want to lose my fungus. So let's just hold. Let's just hold coal or some crap.
No more.
How do you shift, or how do you make / get? Oh wait, I'm glad you said the making of the void liquid. I gotta make sure I make it ahead of time before I go shifting stuff away, because we could end up losing it. Very glad you said that. Void liquid. Is it worm blood? Gotta remember them all. What is the thing called? Oh, it's a bartender. Good old bartender. Let's see what our options are for the void liquid. If we want the product to be void liquid. Okay, well, I know that one. Toxic sludge, worm blood, and weird fungus. All right, we can go ahead and make this now. I think before we go doing too much so that we don't lose access to void liquid. That would be the smart thing, I think. The key is that we get our hands on some of that worm blood, which I think we already made it where enemies bleed worm blood, yeah? Yeah, Tannerkivi is one of the elemental stones. It's the earth stone. Good old earth stone. I was kind of tempted to put earth stone in the title since a lot less confusing, but then I said, screw it, alright, Tannerkivi. Gotta make the Finnish people proud. We gotta find an enemy that's bleeding worm blood. There's just like severe lack of bleeding enemies right now. Here's toxic sludge, we do need that. Alright, you, bleed worm blood. What? Is he not bleeding worm blood? Ow. Was not paying attention. Too busy looking at my flask to see what the hell I have. Oh! It is worm blood. We're just barely bleeding any. That's fine, I think. Oh shit, I just made some accidental void liquid over here while I'm trying to make void liquid and it just pops up over there. It's like, oh cool. Cool. Alright, got a little bit of worm blood. Drop the fungus from high up. It makes more fungus. Scoop up the fungus. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to shoot this and then scoop up the fungus blood. Wasn't fungus blood in the group? Am I crazy? Oh no, it's just weird fungus. Okay, well. Guess we just try to pour it on top of it, maybe? Like so. No! Damn it. Oh, baby. Well, we captured some void liquid. Let me think, what else do we need to create? We got void liquid. We will have to scoop up dirt at some point. The next shift is supposed to be... Yeah, we do need to get the mimicium. Our next shift was... I didn't want to get rid of the weird fungus. I want to scoop up coal. I think coal into SEMA would probably be a shift that wouldn't bother me too much. Alright, so I'm having to scoop up some coal because I have a throwaway shift that I need to get rid of. So this is going to be my throwaway shift. It's going to be held material into SEMA, which SEMA is a liquid. So it's actually going to turn the coal in this into a liquid, is the goal. So we start to eat up over 180 seconds worth. We bring out the coal. We dance around a little bit. Boom. And coal has now turned into SEMA. So then we can pour it out, because I don't need it anymore. What's up, Jack? You? We did it, Reddit. What is SEMA? Apparently it is a alcoholic Finnish drink of some kind. I think the chat said, think of something like mead. Some shit like that. Okay. We got that out of the way. We got our void liquid. Yes, we are going to have to do the mimicium quest. In fact... I mean, I have the Omega now, so it's like, we're already kind of cooking, man. We could throw these down. Go speed up. Black hole. Oh, this can't cast Omega, actually. Damn it. I mean, this can. Guess that's what we're doing. If you're curious why I'm specifically digging over in this area rather than in the mountain, is you got to remember that when you dig in certain areas over here, or like pretty much anywhere, if you're in the Holy Mountain and you dig out in 99% of spots, it's going to piss off the gods. So what I did is I dug a tunnel in one of the only safe spots you can exit out without pissing off the gods. And then once you're out here, you can dig around as much as you like. It doesn't piss off the gods because it's pretty much the gods are trying to keep you contained into the Holy Mountain. So if your digging is not in that vicinity, you're usually good to go. Good to go. Now we are quickly heading back up. I'm going to drop a pouch of fungus here for the moment. I'll come back for it. Don't worry. VOID TANNERKIVI, interesting. I hope so. Chat chose the material they wanted the stone to be, and I guess one of the questions is people keep asking about is the stone thing, so I guess I could grab that real quick too to show it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. We could also grab the gold room too. So many things to do, so little time. Desert has fog. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like a consistent thing. It can have fog. Just the overworld like weather. Speaking of which, we're already almost to November. Isn't that, oh my god. What is this fog density? What the hell? Turn on your headlights. That's crazy. Yeah, we're in the Essence room. We're standing on top of the Essence diamond. Mod restart, see if it's bugged? I don't think so. I think there's some really dense ass fog. Well, this kind of makes me nervous. Because what I was wanting to do is I was going to quickly run over to the Essence remover, but if I can't see where I'm going, you can actually hurt yourself with this Essence. Yeah, we'll do the gold. Yeah, let's go do the gold room. Maybe we'll, some of the fog will fuck off. But yeah, it's crazy. We're already towards the end of October. We're moving into November, and then starting in December, we'll start getting snow regularly in Noita, because remember, it's considered like a kind of like a holiday thing around around that time of the year. It does start to spawn that in Noita. Also on Halloween, is it just the day of? We're gonna be getting pumpkins in Noita for a day or two. Oh yeah, there's also slush. Can't forget the slush. Let's do the shorter one. There we go. It's a terrible remix. What is this? Get out of here, Suka. I'm using water on my tissue here to clean my hands. No chocolate on my hands. There we go. There's your little taste of DunkTales. Shout out to Shankmo for creating that. It is not AI made. That is actual musicians that were hired. You know, instrumentals and vocalists and everything. Shankmo went ham on making a DunkTales or DuckTales remix.
I was watching a Quentin Tarantino movie the other day and I heard the Wilhelm scream and instantly thought of your stream. You've ruined that sound effect for me, lol.
You know, it's everywhere, right? Like that Wilhelm scream. Have you ever seen how many movies have it? It's crazy. Like how many just like shows in general have it. It can be a movie, it can be a series. The Wilhelm scream is everywhere. Noita together this Halloween. That is a pretty spooky idea. We'll see. We'll see. The good thing is Halloween's going to be on a Friday this year, you guys. So we are actually, we're less than a week away now, aren't we? We're less than a week away.
I really wish you guys could see this guy.
Because it's Friday night / Saturday morning. I mean, for most people, almost everybody in the world, it's Saturday now. But I mean, I'm still thinking of it as Friday night because I was late to my stream. It is 4:43 a.m. here in Texas. You have 4 exams on Halloween? Jesus, your fucking professors, they really want you to be petrified on Halloween. But think how good you will feel, hopefully, at the end of that day when they're, you know, you're done with the 4 exams. It's the weekend. Halloween's going on. Sounds kind of chill. Leading up to it, not so chill. Okay, this is actually fucked up. I can see like a flashing of the... Can you guys see that? I feel like the image is kind of like flashing slightly. Yeah, the fog, I don't know why the fog is so crazy right now. Get the torch spell. What is that? So you gotta remember that the Noita overworld can have random kind of like weather effects and stuff, and this is the fog one. We just got unlucky that it happened to be so goddamn foggy. If I grab this and I end up dying, I'm gonna be so mad. All seeing my eye, my ass. True. Alright, I grabbed it. Whew! Okay, we're out of there. Yeah, you can hurt yourself with this essence, so don't go grabbing it unless you feel confident that you can get... You gotta get space around your character. You do not want to be standing on the ground because that's where you hurt yourself normally. So the reason we're grabbing it so early is because people keep asking about the TANNERKIVI, which one's the TANNERKIVI, all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware. This is the TANNERKIVI. And I probably won't hold on to it for too long. I'll put it somewhere safe. But when I hold the TANNERKIVI, watch the stone here. You see that? It turns into dirt. What we're going to do today is make it so that instead of it turning stuff into dirt like this, it'll turn it all into void liquid. Because if we fungal shift dirt into void liquid, and the stone tries to create dirt, instead it creates void liquid. Makes sense? We'll just be running along and hopefully void liquid will be pouring everywhere. Hopefully. I've never done this shift before, so it'll be interesting. Okay. Number 4. It is, again, the fungus group trying to shift into pea soup, which I don't want to lose my fungus. Show the kick. All right, I'll show 1 second. What do I want to do to convert into pea soup? I'm trying to think of a liquid that I won't be upset that I'm losing. Or a powder. Lava. I like to keep lava around. You never know. May have some fun stuff to do with that. Milk. We could turn milk into pea soup. That is true. Let's check if we're going to lose water before then. That's how we'll decide. Is water going to shift away? It does not shift away. All right, milk it is. The reason you check that is because milk is like a backup water. It gives you the same kind of like wet stain that water does. So if you ever shift your water away, and you're like, oh shit, what do? I don't have water in my world. That's when you just rely on good old milk to keep you safe. Also, I need to put the stone somewhere safe that I won't lose it. So I'm thinking one of the mountains will be the ideal place. Over here. Alright, TANNERKIVI. Oh yeah, I didn't show the kick. It's not the best place to show the kick, is it?
You guys could see this guy right now. He is drawn.
So when you have a TANNERKIVI, aka the Earthstone, in your inventory, if you kick at all, not when you have, you don't have to have the TANNERKIVI active. You don't have to be holding it like this. You can just have it in your inventory. If you kick, it does a miniature earthquake in the spot that you kicked. This is very, very dangerous. And that right there could have insta-killed me, by the way. That stone falling, it does big damage. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have the TANNERKIVI kind of laying here, just lying there chilling, because we don't want to risk walking around long term with that until we really need to. I got you covered. Boom! We got milk. So now what we're gonna do, we have to run all the way back down. You like milk? Well, shit. There's milk always. It's always in that exact same spot. In the sky, there are 4 islands, and they're always the same. There's not like a lot of randomness, so you have to worry about like different things playing out. Milk is always up there. Beer is always up there as well. So the milk. See, if I ever needed like a backup water, watch when I put the milk on my character. See how it gives you the wet stain like normal. So it's nice to have that in case I get into a rough spot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to fungal shift this milk into pea soup, because I already know the shifts for today, so I don't have to worry about the milk or needing the milk as a backup. So we hold on to the milk, and see milk has turned into pea soup, and then we shouldn't need to do anything with that, I don't think. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pour out the pea soup. Dunk, can you explain how you use always cast dirt to sand? Always cast dirt to sand. You mean ground to sand? I think is what you're talking about. You're talking about ground to sand. Makes any hard, solid materials within a projectile's range turn into sand. So you'll actually see people use this in some of their fast travel wands. You know, the ones where they're teleporting all over the place. If you ever watch them where they're just zooming all over the map, they'll use ground to sand because as you're firing it, like your wand, it'll be, you know, yes, you can have like things like black hole and all that, but if you notice the area that the ground to sand digs is actually much larger than like a black hole gap. And you don't even have to have black hole if you're using ground to sand. But the issue you're going to have with it, if you put it on like a tele wand, is you need a way to kind of clear the sand as you're turning it into sand. Because if you just put tele in ground to sand, whenever you go to teleport, you're just going to be hitting sand a lot of the time, which is just going to be smashing your face on it. So basically you have to fuse a digging wand with a tele wand so that you're converting stuff into sand while simultaneously moving the sand out of the way so that the teleport bolt can fire through it. I know it's like a lot, it's kind of explaining a lot, but basically its most useful case is in some of the fast travel wands when you're traveling around really quickly. I tend to not use a lot of ground to sand builds, like almost ever. It used to be more popular. I don't know, some people still like it a lot, but I mainly just use black hole. I get decent enough digging and then I'm happy with it. Nala plus GTS plus explosive projectile on Telia solid. So there you go. Synthetron saying like what he does is he puts ground to sand on a wand with tele, and then he puts a explosive projectile. So it means that whenever he teles, yes, the stuff gets turned into sand, but then the explosion will push the sand out of the way, and this will allow him to travel around pretty quickly. Oh, he says he never. I never said I did that. Okay, he's simply suggesting that, not that he does it. Yeah, I pretty much end up just using black hole all the time. That's my go-to. I like Telly and Matter Eater. And Matter Eater. Can't say I've done too many ones with Matter Eater. Ground to sand. Yes, obviously. Black hole, that's my go-to. Matter Eater. I always feel like it's kind of weird. Like, doesn't it dig a little bit slow? Maybe I just wasn't using it optimally. Did I see what happened during what? Swalama? What the hell's that? Okay, so first thing you have to do is on the Swalama fat cock. All right, Synthetron, better follow up. You better follow through. Don't pussy out. I'm coming over. Get the pillow ready. Oh God. Okay. So the second island always has pheromone on it. You scoop up that pheromone and you pour it on this chest here. Once it comes to life, you have to walk near it to make it come to life. This is how you do the mimicium quest. All right, take the mimicium potion, spray its juices onto these empty flasks to create more of these mimic potions. You have to create a total of 10 of them. And once you have 10, you will get awarded or rewarded. There we go, should be pretty good. There we go. We got the mimicium. The reason I was doing that is I wanted to fill up my void liquid to 100%. And also we can get rid of this mimicium potion now. What happens if I shoot chain bolt? Does it? Oh, it actually does kill it. What about these? Yeah, it does. It does recognize them. What about this? Oh wow, it even recognizes the empty ones. If you find a mimic potion in the world and bring it here, will it count as one? No, but you could use it. I think it's liquid in it to pour on top of the other flask to create duplicates. You could do that, I'm sure. But I mean, I could be wrong. That'd be crazy if a little thing just started to glow, because then you could come up with a challenge where you go around the world finding all regular mimic potions. That would be amazing if it was like a secret in Noita, secret mechanic. How's our HP looking? Not great. Here's what we can do. We can run over here, and since we have really good digging, we can stop by here, grab this orb to get the heart, run over here, grab this orb, That should give us an extra 50. And we don't need to drink any of the worm blood because we already have All-Seeing Eye. So what that means is when we run over here, we can shoot digging there. Well, that's the heal. So we don't want to grab the heal yet because there will be a heart in here as well that we want to grab. Oops, this is not the right way. This is the right way. There we go. That's the plus 25 that we were looking for. So essentially I'm trying to make sure that even though we haven't been super lucky with all of the heal finds, we can just find other methods to heal. So this heal is always available there. I'd recommend not wasting it until you feel like, you know, you can get good value. So in this case, I felt like we could get a pretty hefty heal out of it, so probably worth. My friend sent me a cute fox girl with big tits yesterday, and after some reverse image search, I came to the stream. Where's the fox girl? Shut the hell up, Snowlight. That's a lying piece of shit. What are you guys on about? These degenerates, man. Filthy degenerates. Alright, Void Liquid is maxed out. Unstable maxed out. That's maxed out. Okay. There you go. Oh shit, look at that. Some cement got into the mimicium. And it's gonna create like a giant just ground, like a, you know, cement ground, concrete everywhere. Our next fungal shift is going to be acid into... that's where we would like to have that pea soup. Acid into... We'll just turn acid into water. We have to turn it into something, because otherwise it's acid to acid, which is going to cause issues for us. Kind of explained it earlier. Too lazy to yap on it again. So, we can actually turn acid into void liquid if you guys wanted. Sure? Okay. Let's do that one then. So, we are... gonna make acid into void liquid. There we go. Void liquid when it hits the... Oh, shit. Alright, that was kind of interesting. What is our next step? So we already got another shift out of the way. Got our pouch chilling. We got our void liquid. We got our telly. Let's just start powering up right now. We really haven't... So far, we've just been doing a lot of tasks, like busy work tasks that I needed to start powering up with. But I think we can focus on... Not powering up, but busy tasks to further what our goal is for today's challenge. But I do need to spend a little bit of time becoming stronger. What does Void Liquid do? Essentially, what it comes in contact with is kind of like rearranges the pixels that it comes in contact with.
To quote yourself.
Think of it as like, almost like you have a solid structure, you pour Void Liquid all over it, the solid structure will like dissolve, but then re-solidify. I don't know if that makes sense. So it looks all like janky. You'll get a good look at it here in a bit, and that'll give you an understanding on a little bit of it. Konga says it's the heaviest liquid in the game. So heavy it can go through the whole world. Well, there you go. I guess I'll put up the mimicium for now. How are these wands? Yeah. I will re-roll this. I don't think it's going to be of too much use. The dice, please be nice. It was not. That's chat's fault. Mods ban the chat. Ambrosia. I do like the ambrosia. Oh, look at all those lumps. Holy shit. Thank God I have chain bolt. Oh shit, that's a lot of... Oh shit, damn it. Broke my ambrosia. Oh well. But you could kind of see the world, how it was dissolving, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was what we were talking about earlier. Come on. Look at all this void liquid, man. It just keeps spawning. If you're curious why we're seeing all this void liquid when normally most of the time you're in this area you don't see any void liquid, it's because since the enemy's regular blood, like the red blood, is actually worm blood, it means any enemy that we kill, like this guy, that should normally bleed regular blood, ends up bleeding the worm blood, which then activates, because there's a mixture of fungus, toxic sludge, and then the worm blood. Those three come in contact, boom, void liquid is made. So it just keeps spawning in void liquid. Huh, I don't even remember Void Liquid being added, although it's been a minute for me and Noita. I think Void Liquid's been around a really long time. The reason you probably don't remember it too much is because the ingredients aren't like... I mean, they're not the rarest, but they don't exactly naturally run into each other that often. It needs to be in a zone where there's a good amount of fungus, and then toxic sludge, which is not that crazy, right? Toxic sludge and fungus, you see a lot of it in this zone, but you don't see worm blood in this zone. Worms, you start to see them in like the jungle. Well, actually, snowy depths, I guess there's the big worms, but then the jungle has like the smaller worms that you see all the time. Yeah, it's just not a common combination. I had played a lot and watched here a lot, but just seeing it now, I almost never. That's probably part of the reason too. I almost never do anything with SEMA because while it is cool to look at, it really doesn't serve much of a purpose. At least I've never found anything that I'm like, ooh, yes. You know, it's not like you're finding a way to make more money or a way to heal your character. All it does is just kind of dissolve the terrain and then re-solidify it, which is actually kind of an annoying thing because since it re-solidifies, a lot of the time it ends up re-solidifying in such a way that it's like annoying to move in because your character gets stuck on the pixels all the time. And then put up some of these. That actually could probably move it like this. Is more blood ever a good perk that actually empowers a build or something? Yeah, for sure. So the reason more blood even exists, at least the way I feel like it exists, normally your character, when you're hit, blood will kind of shoot out of your character, but it's not regular. It looks like regular blood, but it's actually a special category called blood fading. You shoot out blood and then it just vanishes immediately. So if you ever wanted the blood to stick around on purpose, you could grab the more blood perk. Then when you do get hit, and when enemies get hit, blood like gushes everywhere, and you start to see a lot more of it pooling on the ground. Blood allows you to crit more. If you watch some people who really min-max hardcore, somebody like Daw, it really depends on, like, I see him go through different phases. Most of the time though, he min-maxes pretty hard, and you'll see him, like if he sees any blood on the ground, I'll see him literally run over to it, scoop it up, and just in case he gets in a bad fight later, whenever he feels like he's getting overwhelmed, you'll see him spray the blood on top of his character, because it actually does give you a pretty significant amount of damage. Well, potentially, it depends on what kind of wand you're working with. The more spells you cast together, the more damage you're going to see because of the blood. Because the blood, it adds crit. More projectiles, more crit. And that would basically be the thinking, I think, behind it. Reality is, though, because of the way Noita works, every pixel is simulated, right? But every pixel is simulated usually means that the game is going to do some kind of crazy domino effect that's going to kill you. So by adding more blood, you're throwing in more dominoes into the mix for something to go wrong to get you killed. So while having access to more blood so that you can crit more often to do big damage sounds good, in reality, you end up getting yourself maybe electrocuted because there's more liquid everywhere, because like you kill some enemies, they're bleeding all over the place, and Uko walks by, the blood conducts electricity, and boom, you're dead. So that's why you don't see people grab it too often. Hey Dunk, when you're in the mines, I notice you tend to just normal tablet throw. Why don't you tablet kick? Is it more reliable? Yeah, I rock like the default keys, meaning like my kick. Usually if I'm kicking something, I tend to use the F key. I mean, I have it rebound, which in case of emergency, if I ever need to do some like hardcore stuff, I can try to kick more efficiently. But I rock the default keys when I'm just chatting. I'm just playing default style. And tablet kicking with the F key, I think is a little bit jank. But yeah, no, if you're good at tablet kicking, go for it. There's a lot of things that are just like better that I just don't do. Just because normally I don't like the mechanic or I'm not interested. For example, there's a strategy. You would think I would remember how to do it, but I go so long without doing it, I forget how it works exactly. But there's a strategy called tablet telekinesis. That one actually is the best way to do it. You can actually get a tablet or anything that I guess you can hold up in your inventory. but tablet tends to be the main one. You can make it, they call it tablet telekinesis because you can just make it fly around wherever you want. And you could have even Big Steve in this zone right now have no wands, no flask, and only a tablet, and you can kill him no problem. Because you get tablet telekinesis, you can make the tablet fly into the room and just kill him. But it's kind of like that one's like a little bit glitchy, and I feel like it's like insanely OP. So don't think just because I don't do something doesn't mean that it's not good. There, especially when it involves the tablet. The tablet is like this whole realm of really OP, broken, super powerful stuff in Noita, and I just am like, I just don't like the tablet. I don't enjoy the mechanics most of the time. Oh wait, we got a good clip of Yolk doing it. Let's see, this is perfect. Yolk, if you guys don't know, he is like a 10-time, 15-time world record holder. Some of his world records he's lost, but I think he's regained a few of them. He's still got like at least 10, I think.
So how to do the tablet positioning glitch, yeah? So first off, you gotta set up binds. There's 2 binds for it. Throw and select item in slot.
Basically,
inside, you can use any of those.
He's showing,
just
you know,
have it set to the same thing you have set.
These are your hotkeys. He's just showing what hotkeys to have.
Throw. So for me, I set it to like mouse right. Right. Now, to execute it properly, you gotta hold S. And then it can do
there
it.
You go.
Easy. Always works. Also, if you have invis of any kind, you can do it well invisible as well.
No, he's not Finnish, he's
just to make
Polish.
it that much more OP.
So yeah, there you go. So that, if somebody says, hey, why don't you do it? Is it not good? That's insanely OP. You can just run around killing anything, anywhere. So Noita is one of those games that you choose the mechanics that you like and just play the hell out of them, you know? But there's, you know, Noita's got tons of stuff. Tons of little things that are janky like that. That one specifically, though, is a glitch. You don't do it because you think it's OP, not because you can't. Well, did that video look like something that was like so challenging that I just can't execute? Yeah, that's it. It's just too difficult. I can do a new game plus 28 boss, but I haven't quite figured out how to change my hotkeys so that I could tablet telekinesis. One day, hopefully, I have the skills to pull it off. Hopefully, one day. Will Noita get a second update this year to fix the glitch? That one actually was around even when the devs returned last time, so they just chose not to use it or to patch it. I don't know if they even know it exists. The devs are kind of weird. They're very unpredictable in what knowledge they have on the game. So, for example, there was a method that was really popular in how to kill the bridge boss, which is the boss, you know, over near the bridge that, you know, most new players run into, one of their first bosses they ever experience. So that bridge boss actually had a really easy method to cheese him, and it was in the game for years. I want to say at this point, let's say it had been like maybe 2 years. And one of the times the devs were I don't remember if it was in their Discord or was it, maybe it was in our chat. Was one of the devs in the chat? I don't remember where it was, but I remember people were talking about things that could be patched, and Bridge Boss cheese was brought up, and they said Bridge Boss cheese, like, huh? What Bridge Boss cheese? And had to be explained to the mechanic, but people have been using it for years. It was like really common knowledge, and so they showed that they really don't, you know, they don't really keep in track with like what's going on in the Noita community that close. Which cheese was it? It was using the tablet. You can make your character hide. So you just would like, you just go into a corner, place a tablet to block off your character. The boss is like, "Where'd the player go?" And then he would just stand there like, "I guess the player's gone," and then you could just kill him. It's still, there's still a really good cheese method that exists that works almost as good. The Noita devs were unaware of a lot of bugs. Yeah, Konga is definitely right. I guess the devs just kind of, you know, they released Noita and they were like, hell yeah, and then they just went on their way. So I guess the reason I was explaining that is, yes, they returned to the game and they did patches. They did not patch the tablet glitch. That either means that they are okay with it or they may be just completely oblivious to it. It's hard to say. You know what we could do? We could run something like that, but with a couple spark bolts. How do we feel about that? It's okay. 3. Need that to wrap. What What if I threw in one more? I think I'm happier with this one. I don't like that it shoots out lots of cement, but... Can you do the tablet telekinesis for us right now? Do you want me just to do the guide that Yolk just gave us? Change my hotkeys? He has to learn tablet surfing first? Okay, come on, my tablet surfing's not that bad. I forgot. I mean, we could just pull it up again. My tablet surfing is not that bad. I will go grab a tablet and surf on it to prove to you it's not that bad. Hold on, let me check the... Are we... Held material. Okay, damn, fungus keeps trying to shift away. This one will go into silver. Held material into silver. I guess we could do snow into silver. That's kind of cool. So bad, in fact, babies cry when they see Dunk tablet surf. What? I'm gonna show you. Give me a moment. Let me murder some stuff. Alright, we're gonna eat this. Then we're gonna grab out our snow. We're holding the snow. Snow should turn into silver. Look at that. Snow into silver. Looking pretty cool. Are you gonna need Breathless for this run? That could be a good idea, actually. I'm glad you said that. I think you may be onto something. There's a worm over here. I'm gonna heal up first because I don't trust propane tanks and just random nonsense. Come on, give me something interesting here, game. Give me some flavor. Projectile eater. Let's roll it. I'm not in the mood for that shit. More love. We roll it again. Okay, we're being a little too greedy right now. There's more blood. The greed is crazy. Breathless. We need that for the void liquid thing, so it kind of works out. Telekinetic kick. We'll leave that stuff there for now. Let's go check the free spell room. See if it's got any mega loot waiting for us. Garbage? Garbage. I mean, I guess you could be excited for destruction, maybe. Implicates. I grab it. I don't think I'm going to do anything with an implicate. Projectile eater always eats my black holes. Same. You have to have that black hole traveling so fast you don't have to worry about it getting deleted all the time. It is frustrating. This call teleports garbage. I mean, I already have teleports. I mean, the teleports aren't garbage, but when you already have them, you're very sad. Ow. Ow. Don't start with me, Magikarp. I'm spamming enemies down with Spark Ball right now. Don't mind me. Actually took a pretty big hit there. Oh, come on. It's about time we're gonna need to do another fungal shift, but first let me check if there's any healers that are down here just chilling. That'd be nice. Damn it, healers, where are you? Whew. Shop was garbage. Cool. Your damage is pretty shit. I know, I'm just shooting out spark bolts, but I'm not getting anything exciting. Where's the height, man? Also, where's the healers? They're usually somewhat common in here, especially when you have All-Seeing Eye. Not that hard to find. Healer Suicide Conference? Yeah, some weird shit went down. I see two of them now, I think. Hey, where'd the healer go? I mean, I had this one, but there's a second healer. He poofed. Oh, yo, what the fuck? That lamp got me good. Oh, come on. I was to the side of that lamp. You see it catch me because of the digging
I
bolt?
bet you he's gonna turn up dead soon.
Yikes. Okay, so we have a healer. Okay, my health is dropping way too quick. Second healer, where are you? You take that one healer over to the fish, but that's like kind of a ways over there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, the other healer died. He went into the vapor. Okay, there's a tank. This'll do. This'll do. Oh no, not the CEO. Not the CEO. No, not the healer. Dude. What is do you see this? What is going on? There's just so many. No, healer, stop standing in the one tunnel that they're walking up. Oh, I almost shot the healer on accident. Dude, this healer is like, look at this. He's like running into the gaps.
Oh no.
Okay, we are fucking around a little bit too much. Well, looks like we're going with this heal. I was trying to save it for later, but this healer right here, fuck you. I want you to die. I want you to die, healer. After all that shit you were pulling, he was every gap he would just run to the gap. Anytime I was about to shoot down like a lane, he would run into the lane and just stand there, so I couldn't just like take out all the enemies. Bro, he had it coming. He earned that shot to the face. Ooh, there we go. Get that. This. Pull that. There we go. There we go. You gave him face shots? Dude, I'm loving lamps right now. That was for real one of the most annoying healers I ever seen though. Usually they'll get in the way. They're little suicide machines. That's not uncommon. But for some reason, he would heal them, and he kept falling back to the exact spots that I would need to... Because I would get like a lane ready like this, and you just kind of take out the enemies as they filter into it. It's one of the best ways to take out large groups is find like a funnel point and just take them out. But every time I'd fall back to a funnel point, the healer would run and stand in it to make sure I couldn't.
Dunk, do we not brighten up your day already? Why so eager to fly into the light? Stay with us, Dunk.
Just got that moth vibe going right now, I guess. There's a healer, another one. There's two healers. Woo! Now to get rid of all the bad guys. Kick this healer. Nope. Kick him. Kick him. Alright, both the healers are injured right now. They'll try to heal each other and... Oh, he slipped a heal past me. Damn it. I don't know why that one healer is being so weird. He's like, hey, let's heal. Heal here. Run, healer, run. He'll turn the instant he gets what he wants. No, I'll let them live. I'm a nice, generous god. Bloodlust. Ow. Okay, so explosion immunity. Can't go wrong with that. I forget, is it Is it that cluster bolt needs 1 or 2 on the egg to do good damage, unlike the egg trigger? Do you always cast cost cast delay or recharge? Yes, they can mess with your cast delay or recharge, both good and bad, I believe is how it goes. Because like for example, if you found an always cast chainsaw, it can make your wand go super fast. I can't remember if it's true for both cast delay and recharge, but the mana cost doesn't, unless it's an add mana. An add mana can help you, but the other ones don't cost you mana. Only 1 cluster bolt on the egg. Ooh. Real quickly, let me look at that. I'm going to put that into the ceiling. I'm gonna grab this wand. I gotta run over here. Was there any eggs in any of these wands? Because there was in the earlier mountains. I know for sure we've had some eggs offered. We could do a cluster egg build, which means we'd have big explosion damage. Oop, there's a healer right there just murdered. Sorry about that, healer. My bad, friend. Always cast doesn't cost positive mana, and draw of exactly 1 is turned to 0 during its evaluation. Doesn't cost positive mana. So what he means is like negative mana, which means it adds mana. Yeah, that's true. But with the cast delay and recharge, is it everything else works like normal? Yes, recharge and cast delay are changed by always cast. Okay, I wasn't sure if there's a situation where like maybe if like, I don't know, maybe if somehow you were adding cast delay, but then the recharge of the wand naturally was lower. I don't know, because normally cast delay, if it's higher, it goes by that, but I wasn't sure if maybe there's some special ruling with an always cast. Back in the day, always cast black hole wand used to be one of the most exciting wands you could get. Now it really comes down to just like the always cast circle of vigor. That's the pretty much peak of excitement for the always cast wands. There's a couple that maybe are exciting, but since you already can have access to infinite black holes and everything, it's not what it used to be. Back in the day, you didn't have an opportunity for infinite black holes, so whenever you had an always cast black hole wand, it made you seem like you were a god since you never ran out of charges. I was way back in the day. It's time for a fungal shift, I think. Let me get rid of some of these bad guys. Yeah, always cast Matter Eater was good too, but I think the always cast Matter Eater has always had the ruling. I could be wrong. They may have changed it at some point, but I know right now the way it works is you cannot dig through cursed rock. And that's kind of a big detail, you know. Always cast Matter Eater is great, but not being able to get to parallel worlds with it is like a heartbreaker.
Right now, he is.
Do you think Noita would be more fun if there are some materials you couldn't dig through? Like nothing you can do about it, no way you're getting through it. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'd have to try it. I mean, because I know Apotheosis has something similar to that, like where like the cursed rock you couldn't go through it with just basic black holes, I think. It's been a while. So, and I know Konga is the one who made that system. 80% of the game is already bypassed by digging. I haven't even seen half the zones. Yeah, digging is like one of those things that is insanely good in the game. That's pretty much why I think Konga was asking that. Having it so that it isn't like the all-powerful could be a good decision. Having something to kind of balance it out a bit. But then again, that's like the nature of Noita. It's just everything's OP, right? Or everything can potentially become OP and broken. Is it our? Oh yeah, it is time, isn't it? Let me jump over here. Our last shift was okay. So in this scenario, diamond turns into whiskey. I'm okay with that. Diamond into whiskey. I can live with that. Oh, I did not see this last time. That's pretty big. Also another worm. So much worm blood today. The worm blood. Oh, we dropped a heart. Thank you, worm. And there is a spiral arc if we want to. We could run a music note build. That'd be crazy damage, but that also gets tired of the music note builds because they're just too good. I got a little close to that, didn't I? That's another example of something that you're like, hey, should music notes be nerfed? It's hard to say, because it's, you know, everything in Noita can be so OP and so broken. It's the Dota 2 mentality, where it's just like, if everything's OP, nothing's OP. But not necessarily everything's OP in Noita, because there are several spells that are kind of disappointing. But there are a lot of things that are OP. Alright, so we just eat the fungus. Diamond. So whiskey is a girl's best friend? Yes, now it's changed. Different times. Where are those eggs? I see the egg there. I thought there was another one. Could be. As long as we have one, that's fine. One should be enough anyways. If we really want to become OP really quick, like as efficiently as possible, instead of just doing the struggle to, you know, improve a wand here, improve a wand there, we could just go straight to just God wand status. Oh shit, it's past shop time. Yeah, let's do that real fast. We can just go straight to God wand status if we want, which I think is what I'll do today since, you know, run a little behind right now. Here it is, chat. The third shop of the day. Spend your hard-earned channel points, aka sweat while you can. Diary of Dunk. What the hell is this?
You guys can see this guy right now.
Diary of Dunk posted in Discord and says, thoughts on the thumbnail for yesterday's stream. I think it really encapsulates the stream as a whole. Boom. So what is this? What the hell is this crap? What am I looking at here? Said that this was the thumbnail for yesterday's stream.
Smash. 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 Smash.
Chat.
Smash. Smash.
No.
Smash.
You stop that right now.
Smash.
You keep your pants on.
If you ever want to earn some real big money, hit me up. You got the
Oh.
potential, babe.
What? Babe, what the fuck? You're mixing it up with this one here, Perk Lottery.
See, I normally watch your stream without pants, but every time you put that slanderous fox girl on screen, I put my pants on.
Chad, I'm scared. Come pick me up.
Yikes-iola.
Yikes. Oh, I got hit. Ouch. Neutralize spells.
That's a nice muscle.
Where's the fog? True, the fog's cleared now that we're done goofing around up here. For the most part. Let me kill this guy. Let me kill this guy. Spawn in the boss. Don't mind me just killing the bad dudes. Ow. Toss that. I don't need any of those. What else we got that maybe needs to be tossed? I don't think we actually need to implicate. Kind of just grabbed it. So the reason I was going through this area real quickly is because... Ow. Because... Oh my goodness. Please don't kill off my character. I'm goofing around too much, man. So if we go down here, we should run into an orb. And then we grab up the orb for plus 25 health. We squish our character up against this wall here, and we dig directly down. Do not move left and right. Oh, the whiskey on my character is not cool. Directly down. That means we're moving in between the seams, which means it doesn't hurt your character. It's a little hard to explain at the moment, but I'm kind of... My brain's lagging today, so... I have no explanation in me. We could grab the multitudes, but we're going with the classic swiftness. And then we jump into this, and oh, look at that. Silver Mountain. Swiftness wand. Don't you talk shit about my swiftness wand. Don't you dare. So our wand upgrade is massive. We just don't have a timer or anything right now. That there, that with this, the triple and a double, and all the projectiles that we have. Let's see. 3, 4. So that's 4 right there. Put that there. That's another quad. Put these down. Oops, we don't have that many. Yeah, we'll just do this for now. Yeah, see, we upgraded our wand pretty hardcore after that last one. I mean, pretty significant upgrade. Shift time? Okay, what shift number are we on? We're like 1 short of the big one, yeah? So this will be blood to swamp, which we can just let happen because number 10 is going to override it anyways. And number 10 needs to be blood into void liquid, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Lude says this will be number 9. Mighty number 9. There we go. Yeah, this is the audio destroyer wand. Worm blood. Which is because regular blood had changed. That's why I called it worm blood. As you can see, our wand is popping. That's an always cast right there. What is that? Another add mana. Just happened to notice it. The always cast isn't that interesting. Well, it's kind of interesting, but not the most interesting. Alright, another add mana, throw it on there. Why not? We could throw the spiral on there too if we would like to. Double, sure. Triple, why not? Put that up. Alright, I'm going to use the healers that were in this zone earlier that I left. I'm pretty sure they're still around. I hope. Yep.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
How'd you tell it was an always cast? It has a slight aura to it. I think there's some variance there with always cast. I don't know if it's like it's on 100%, but when a wand has an always cast, there's a chance that it gives off a slight glow to it, and it could be that the background that's behind it kind of makes it more visually obvious. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any of the always cast on me right now, but that glow makes it so that it kind of looks a little bit purple behind it, actually. Like, this one here doesn't seem... I don't know if it has much of one. Let me look. Yeah, see, this one does not have the glow, even though it has an always cast on it. It doesn't have any visual. At least I don't notice the visual. If you throw it in water, usually it's the clearest. Yeah, see, I don't see it on that one. Yeah, maybe it is dependent on the spell. I can't remember what decides on the glow. It's just a lot of them will glow. Alright, we're about to have some significant upgrades. Where is the statue at over here? Okay, so right now we're doing like 200 damage a shot. That sounds about right. Probably close. But we're about to really crank up the damage. So... the reason I was doing all that backtracking and everything is because this hollow egg actually can get big damage from one cluster bolt. The thing is, you have to make a choice. If you want to have a cluster bolt on your wand, you don't want it with a group of lots of other spells. To give you an idea of how dangerous this could be, if I put a cluster bolt on this wand right here, I could insta-die. I could literally insta-kill my character. Because the cluster bolt, even if you have explosion immunity, there's projectile damage or fire damage, just damage type flying all over the place. And these will mess you up. But an egg on its own with the cluster bolt actually does really well. Watch this. There's two numbers that pop up, but the one that you need to look at is 130. It actually does 130 explosion damage, which is damn nice if you ask me. So what we can do, naturally at first you think you want to do like a cluster and then the egg. But remember, like I said, if this egg has a modifier on it like cluster, everything in this group that's cast with it also gets the cluster, and that could result in me instantly dying. So we want to do it where it doesn't have it. So what I could do is put down something like a spark timer. This spark timer is part of this group of 4, but it allows this egg to kind of break out of the chain. Does that make sense? Like now this modifier is only on this egg. Which then means I can get the 130 damage from it. Actually, let me check this. How does Cluster Bolt do on cement? Okay, apparently still goes off the cluster, so we don't want that. Just murdered some fish, apparently. Alright, so we want it on just the egg. So what I can do here is I can go and put down a double inside the spark timer. So this is spell number 1. Put cement to go inside this egg because you have to finish the payload. So I can put another one down. This cluster only gets attached to the spells on the outside. So it's this egg, not the cement, because this, again, cement is packaged inside the egg, and this egg. So 1, 2, both of these get the cluster effect. The reason the egg is the specific one that I'm only trying to get the clusters on is because the egg does not shoot off the dangerous projectiles. It only detonates, and I have explosion immunity, which means it will not hurt me. So big explosion damage, no danger. Let's see if we built it all correctly. Ooh, there's some mistakes in the wand because if you look, we are losing a bit of mana. It is expensive if you think. Okay, so these. Maybe we just go with 1 egg. Maybe 1 egg's more than enough. In that case, you don't need to have anything inside the payload because I'm not doing any craziness. It still is too expensive.
Hey, reopen the bets. I need to chicken out.
This fucking guy. You think I'm gonna accidentally blow myself up? It could happen. Crazier things have happened. I'm going to use some wrapping. Let's see how this looks. Alright, this is pretty big damage. Wand's a little bit goofy, but the damage, I think, is something that's solid.
Can you reopen it? I'd like to bet yes again.
double down on it. So there's a heart mage right there, and he's next to a chest. Kind of curious what's in that chest. The problem is he could cough up a wand and then he could fire it immediately if it's dangerous. Oh, I didn't mean to get hit by that. That was not a wand. There you go. I wanted him to stay contained. So the reason we not too stressed about that heart mage, knowing that we can guarantee get a heart right here. And before we do this boss fight against the dragon, this guy usually bleeds quite a bit of blood. And so we would like to turn that blood into something interesting to see if it, I don't know, could have some good visuals. Could have some cool visuals. I'd like to see that. So let's go ahead and do our next shift. Our next shift, if I remember correctly, is the blood. Like the blood will get shifted away. So it'll shift into whatever flask we're holding, which if we hold void liquid, means that it should be blood into void liquid. And I like the sound of that. Alright, let's eat the fungus. Okay, we're holding on the void liquid. If it was true, would you reopen the bet? Probably not, but still, it'd be crazy. There we go. Swamp. It said swamp, but that's because blood had turned into swamp, meaning enemies now should bleed a void liquid that normally we're going to bleed regular blood. So we have to find something like, I guess we'll just fight the dragon, like I said. We'll use him as the test. Dragon. Yeah, he did bleed a little bit. Honestly, I'm kind of sad he didn't bleed more of it. Thought he was gonna gush all over the place with that void liquid. That sounded kind of weird, but Heart Mage time? Yeah, I think so. You can see how I'm destroying the corpse. You see the void liquid going through the ground. Yeah, we don't have any ambrosia at the moment. Trying to think how we can go about this in a good way. Let's go ahead and jump in here for a moment. Oh, he didn't die on that one? That's a reroll. Unlimited spells. Alright, what was Alex saying? The purple glow is for wands that are marked as rare. All rare wands have an always cast, but not all wands that have an always cast are rare. Well, there you go. There you go. There's the glow. The issue I'm having right now is I'm like, how do I want to kill the bridge boss? Alright, so this wand has an always cast freezing gaze. I think we're actually about to make use of it. We could grab the stronger hearts, and it you know, doubles the value of how much a heart gives you. The reason that's not like the most exciting thing is because if we just grab the unlimited spells perk, we actually can farm, well, we already can farm infinite health anyways, even with Omega, but we can do it even lazier with unlimited spells. So what we do, I gotta remember where I left everything though. Does anybody remember where I dropped my, oh, I remember, it was in the pyramid, I think. Let's grab it for fun. Oh, look at that. Normally the pedestal has some blood on it, but instead, since blood is void liquid, you can see the void liquid just kind of like go through the ground, just like phase through it. Hey, we get to grab the stronger hearts as well. The 2 for 1. So the next category is going to be freezing liquid worm blood into pea soup, which I think I'm okay with that shift happening. So we just do a fungal shift and we chill. By chill, I mean we'll go build some cool stuff. Alright, and then we eat this. Oh shit. Just got diminution on me. Kinda scary. Please wash off the diminution. I'm also gonna make a little bit of a risky move. 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits. Oh, his last one's risky. Woo! Chill, bro, chill. Alright, so normally you should do that with ambrosia. I was being a little spicy. I was being a little risky on that one, but we have stronger hearts, so even though we didn't get to stack as much as I normally would like to, we'll still get some pretty damn good value. Yeah, see, we went up to 2,000 HP, which is pretty good in my world, but we also can get crazier. Don't forget, this is why I try, whenever I'm in the hiisi base, I like to have a whole healer set up before I leave, because I never know how many times I may need to backtrack and get some free heals and stuff. So there's one healer right here. And then the other healer, which is for some reason pacing back and forth and just chilling, is right here. Let me kick him. Alright, I had to go back here real quick to grab the Implicate. So if you look at the Implicate now, earlier when I had it, it had like, I forget what it is, like 40 charges or some crap. But now that I have unlimited spells, the Implicate actually becomes unlimited as well. It's kind of an interesting thing because let's pretend that for some reason you were doing a run without Greek letters. I don't know, maybe it's like a personal challenge. Maybe for some reason you're deathly scared of the Alchemist. I don't know. But if I was in a run where I had to go without Greek letters, that means I would lose access to my current infinite black holes. The Implicates are access again to infinite black holes. The issue though is that they normally run out of charges, but by having unlimited spells means unlimited of this Implicate, which means that I could put it on, oops, put it like this. Make sure you at least have one charge of the black hole. You need to have at least one charge. If you have 0 charges, this won't work. But when we shoot it, you'll see that the implicate still chilling and the 1 charge still chilling. You could just do this forever. Another way to have access to infinite black holes. If you use the implicates, I've talked about this many times, you want to make sure that every time you fire your wand, it makes this little blunk, that little weird noise that show you that you don't have enough mana. Watch up here whenever I cast it. Watch up in this area. You see that? It does that little It's to say, hey, you don't have enough mana to cast everything. It actually is beneficial when using the implicates to have inferior mana. You can have too little, but you don't want to have enough mana to cast the whole payload, because if you do, it will use up your 1 charge you have, you know, 1 or however many charges you have of the black hole. And if the black holes go down to 0 charges, like so, and then now you fire off the implicates. Well, now it has nothing to copy because it will not copy a 0 charge black hole. That's why you want to make sure you don't have enough mana to cast it. Goofy stuff, I know. So the Omega is going to go back. And now I'm going to go try to kill the bridge boss with some pretty shitty method, I gotta say. Is it the same for copy random spells? Copy random spells will not copy black holes. Well, I mean, that'd be crazy if there was some concept of like copying the black hole but not having enough mana. No, it should not work. The copy random spells is, I've never seen a way to do infinite black holes. Well, I say I've never seen a way. There was one for like a week whenever they first added in the copy random spells, but since then I've never seen a method to do infinite. For all I know, maybe there's something, maybe I didn't try something correctly and nobody's ever told me. And maybe there is one out there, but as far as I know, with the copy random spells, I've never seen a way to do infinite black holes. Wand refresh is another good one. That's a great suggestion. Wand refresh is a similar idea though. If you're using the wand refresh, this one right here, you want to make sure that you have at least 1 charge of black hole. If you have 0 charges, then the wand refresh technique will not allow you to have infinite. Okay, we're about to fight the bridge boss in a really stupid way because, well, I don't want to go looking around for too many resources. I'm lazy. Let's see how this works. Ooh, that's pretty ugly, isn't it? I was hoping that the explosions maybe every once in a while would pop them, get a good hit in, but that looks pretty rough. Let's see what my alternative methods would be. My shoulder's kind of itching. Throw? No, not a throw. But I am afraid of having to, like, switch up our build a bit. Just don't know how we would switch it. Alright, shoot off your shot, friend. He's hurt himself, I think, more than I have. Let's see if I can real quickly go grab something from... Was it the first zone? I think one of the zones had a plasma. That one's going to take so long to kill him that... If you're curious why it does so little damage, is because the mechanics of that boss, he actually makes it where you can only hit him with like 1 tick of damage. Like, if one of the things damages him, he blocks the rest of the damage. And so I'm just not hitting him. I was hoping the explosions, I could sometimes isolate the explosion damage and hit him, but I think he's also got a good amount of explosion resistance too. These two things combined, not working so great. Glittering Field, how does that work on him? I think it's garbage, actually. I don't think it's the move. It sucks? Okay. Can Black Hole hurt him? Not a regular Black Hole. Well, I guess unless you attach like a damage modifier, like a damage field. Damage field, I think, would hurt him pretty good. But Giga Black Hole and Omega Black Hole, yeah, they can hurt him. But he also will copy them, and yeah, he gets pretty insane. There's a shop in here. Where is that shop? I don't think it had a plasma anyways. I was just thinking maybe Maybe it did. You never did the shift? Oh, thank you. Did I ever look up what the shift was going to be? And it was... I think acid to pea soup. Void liquid. So acid turned into void liquid, I think. Well, wait, acid already was void liquid. I don't actually know how that changed just then. Actually, I kind of want to use Summon Rock Spirit. Wonder how funny that would be.
Do it.
Do it? Let me try. Summon Rock Spirit. Let's do it. Actually, I gotta be careful. One of these mountains over here had lava in it. Gotta make sure I don't get polyed. Oh, shit! He's nearby. Alright, Rock Spirits. I expect you guys to be my teammates. Make me proud. I think he's coming towards me, right? He better be. Alright, let's see how this works. Get him, boys! I don't know if I've ever shot Rock Spirits at this guy. Does not seem entertained.
It's too much magic! It's too much magic!
It doesn't seem... Oh! Chill. They don't even get a hit in before he just matter eats them? Oh, come on. Trying little goofy jank spells that I don't really try on him very often. Let's see what else we got. What else can we try to smack him with? Ooh. Horizontal barrier. Yeah. Oh, there is a plasma. There we go. Plasma is real. Then we just throw it, I guess, there. Why not? Oh yeah, there was a plasma orbit. I totally... Yeah, that would have worked too. That would have worked. Okay, let me murder him real fast. Oops. Ooh, buddy. What? I think they were starting to hit him pretty nicely for a moment. No, no, no. Do your AoE. Thank you. There we go. Silly plasmas. Kind of crazy wands. Look at this shit. They're both a little on the crazy side. I think it's probably easier to work with this one. We may come back for the other one. Alright, so we got that. And then where did I leave that one?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's kill him. Let's kill this guy. Let's beat him to death with hammers.
Let's beat him to death with hammers. Spark bolt out. That's not gonna be great. Oh well. That's pretty ugly. Oh wait. We just do that. I think it's okay, right? Yeah, was not thinking. Was not thinking. Consume? Is it already time again? Oh no, I didn't want to grab the refresh. What is the next shift supposed to be? Acid to sand. We're getting closer to the good stuff. Luckily, chat has been keeping us focused, locked in. But for those newer players, somebody earlier, way earlier, was saying they enjoyed some of the more deep mechanics. Well, we are about to show you how to farm infinite HP. Pea soup. Wait, pea soup. So acid to pea soup, which was void liquid to pea soup. Then it turned to sand, I guess. I'm not sure, something like that. So what we're gonna do now is we can do Implicate on the matosade. See how this looks when we cast it. Decisions. Basically, the implicate, just like I was showing earlier how you could do infinite black holes, you apply that same idea to the worm, to this this matosade, which this always drops. 100% of the time, it drops from the bridge boss. That was the only reason I took the time to even kill the bridge boss. I figured, you know what? We'll kill him. We'll get the matosade. We'll put it on the infinite implicates that I have. And we can just sit here. There's definitely better ways to run this, by the way, than what we have right now. Especially if I could get something like a melee tentacle. That would be the most ideal. And the reason I ran up here to the surface to do this is because you got to remember that if you freeze something in the desert, well then it just melts. How are we getting so few hearts? That's crazy. So yeah, we're freezing something in the desert and then the corpse is just like, you know, vanishing really quickly. It does leave behind a little bit of water, as you can see at the bottom, but way less of a cleanup, not nearly as annoying. What are we doing today, boss? Right now, we're just kind of wasting time because we're doing fungal shifts, and by the end of this run, our goal is to have it so that whenever we bring out this specific stone, it will actually spawn a pool of void liquid around us, which we can go yapping in a little bit on what exactly void liquid is and all that kind of stuff. But yes, we can do this as long as we want. We could just, this is one of those things that it's up to you how long you want to grind out just killing worms. I just wanted to show it real quick so that people can see today's daily run at easy access, infinite health farming if you want to take the time to do it. But I think we're in a good enough place for now. So right now in our current situation, you saw earlier when I tried to use those healers, it was kind of annoying because the healers heal so slowly. They do like a flat heal, and it means it could take a long time to fully heal up. If you're ever in that kind of situation, you don't want to take that time. What you could do, if you go to the very far left wall. Now remember, this is not something I would recommend for people to use in the early game because it'll probably drive you crazy. But you hit the far left wall. Down at the bottom is the lake. You don't need the lake, but I was gonna wash off this damn slime. And we go up. Don't heart mages spawn in the pyramid? You could use them. Yeah, you could. You could. If you get a heart mage in that pyramid doing what I was doing next to it, you could go to infinite health in a very short time. We're talking like 5 to 10 minutes. You can go from like, you know, 100 to 200 HP to literally billions of HP. It's a insanely strong combination. So once you hit the cloudscape, what you're going to want to do is start to dig into the wall and then directly up. You want to try to stay near the edge if you can. I mean, you could fly just straight through the area there. That's what we're looking for. The weebs are muted, yes. Stop talking over the agoos, I can't hear them. Is that what you're here for, the weebery? Disgusting. These right here, these are heals. Each one of them is a heal. And so what we need to do is to make sure that we have enough space first, which we haven't even been using our unstable telly. I don't know why I'm holding on to it like it's some special material. And you usually want to get rid of this guy right here. You want him out of there. Because if he's in here, he will shoot and break one of these, and this will cause the whole all of them to like start breaking. That means your heals will just vanish. So now when I throw the heal onto the ground, it heals you up percent-wise. So you could literally have millions of HP, and at most you'll just need like 2 of these, and it will heal you up. And as you can see, there's tons of extras, so I'll even carry one of the extras with me. So today we haven't had his heal spell the entire run, but we've just been utilizing all the random heal options around the world. We've been using, we use the Dark Cave heal, the Holy Mountains heals, the hiisi base had those little healers, and then now the gourd heals up in that top corner of the map. Shift time again already? How'd it go so quick? Alright, drop the fungus from high up. That way I can spawn some extra fungus. Okay, what shift number are we on? Let me check. We are on shift number So we've done 13. We are about to be doing number 14, and we're trying to get to number 17. So all of these will shift into rock, which isn't anything to worry about. So, oh, we could shift. You guys said to hold void liquid. Sure, all those shifting into void liquid sounds entertaining. Works for me. You know what would be a cool move by the devs is if they had made it where if you hold on to one of the refreshing gourds, it would do some kind of potential healthium shift, or you know, just something silly. Doesn't even have to necessarily be a good thing. Just could do something interesting. And to that person that was saying earlier, I think they said, what's the goal for the run? And I was doing my best to explain it. Just know that it's going to be based around this item right here. There it is. So currently, whenever I whip out this earthstone, aka the Tannerkivi, it turns the terrain around me into dirt. So we're trying to make it where instead of turning it into dirt around me, it should be creating pools of void liquid. Which void liquid is the liquid that we have here, which apparently I didn't realize a lot of people in the community were unaware it was even a material, because it's not that rare. But we'll discuss in more detail what it does whenever we get the stone to create some, because I've never done it before. I don't know how cool the visuals will be on the stone mass creating it, but we'll be finding out very soon. We're just a couple shifts away from that. So all that's set up. We got our infinite black holes. What else do we want to do? Okay, we did that. Silver, brass, copper into blood. Blood is currently void. Should be a pretty good one. There we go. Shift number 15. After this shift, we'll be 2 away. 2 away from being able to create the VOID TANNERKIVI. So close. Exactly. Just finished my first 11 orb run. I'm gonna go for 33 orb now. At what point did you decide to go for a 33 orb? I took forever because I played in the early days, and of the early days, there were like discoveries being made. I remember for months people bothered me. Will you do a 31 orb run? Please do a 31 orb run. At the time, it was thought that 31 orbs was the maximum amount of orbs you could get to. Because of the way the World Gen worked back then, 31 seemed like it was the most you could get to, even in New Game Plus. But it turned out, so chat begged me for months. Eventually I said, okay, let's do it. 31 orb run. So I did a 31 orb run, and he asked, do you? Wait, not did you. At what point do you decide? Oh, okay, I'll explain that one too. I'll explain how I'll explain how I went about it. And then I'll explain probably when is the optimal way. If you do an 11 orb, you're probably good to go. Let's be real. If you're able to do an 11 orb run, it's up to you. But yeah, they were begging me forever to do a 31 orb. But a lot of the Noita tech was still, we had a lot to learn about the game still. So I knew that it was going to be a long run. So I did the 31 orb run because they've been asking forever. I was like, there it is, chat. 31 orbs. It took me back then, they didn't even have a way to do infinite black holes. It wasn't in the game yet. There wasn't Greek letters and stuff. But, I don't know, let's say it took me 14 hours. That week, people discovered that, sometimes when the world generates a certain way, there's actually 33 orbs. So then it became this whole thing where people were like, let's do a 33 orb run. The devs recognized that players were trying to push the limit more and more to try to see how many orbs they could get to. So they went ahead and made it that whenever you went to New Game Plus, the World Gen was set up in such a way that you would always get to 33 orbs. And then, the greater chest orbs, so 36 orbs became the maximum that you can get to. So New Game Plus 28, 36 orbs is actually the furthest you can get to in the game. If you're curious how many orbs that is, or how tanky the boss gets to that point, I always like to pull up the chart of Kolmi, because each orb makes Kolmi tankier. So each orb just, his health starts to spiral. Starting at 1,200 health, it starts to climb up very quickly. So at 11 orbs, you've already killed 131,000 orb boss. But each New Game Plus that you go into also adds a secret orb to the boss. So New Game Plus 28 is the furthest New Game Plus there is that you can go into. And then 36 orbs on top of that. So 28 plus 36, you end up with the 64 orb boss, which means that it has 1.1 sextillion HP. And yes, I have taken the time to grind that out and get all the way to that boss. In fact, what's crazy is that speedrunners have actually, using like tech and just things that have happened through the Noita, you know, the years of Noita, that even though this run, the first time it was ever done by a community member, took weeks, now speedrunners can get the same run done in like, I forget what the speedrun record is. It's something crazy. Let's see. And New Game Plus 28. Random seed. Look at that. The timer is 4 hours and 42 minutes is now how fast hard possession got there. And seeded, nobody's ever submitted one apparently. Figured it'd be really quick. Yeah, pretty crazy. You can't even do a regular run in 4 hours, bro. What? I beat you guys in TI in like 5 minutes all the time. Regularly. Silver, brass, copper. Toxic, sludge. Okay, yeah, so we can just let it be random. It's fine. Alright, I'm going to let this shift take place real quick, and then I'm going to let Teddy outside. If you're curious, he was put in because there was a storm last night, which the storms are done now, and I don't want to have him stuck inside because he gets pretty angry about it. He was on the camera yesterday. You saw him just yesterday. I'm going to leave it unpaused. Hopefully I don't find a way to die. Be right back. I'm not dead. Woo! Still alive. All right. Scatter. The little orange cat friend, I guess, was out there too, so I had to make sure they had food. All right. His girlfriend? I don't know. Or boyfriend. I'm not sure. They mostly get along, but every once in a while they fight. Can we see them? I've never even got to pet the orange cat. He does not. He just wants food. He simultaneously will like run towards you for food while also hissing. He's like, I'm so hungry, but back the fuck up. It's like weird. I usually see a cat like hiss and run away. He hisses and runs towards you. You're like thinking, is that motherfucker like, is he got rabies or some shit? Why is he hissing and going towards me? And but he like slowly creeps. He hisses and he walks towards, hisses, walk towards, and then he gets his food. You still feeding the hobo? Yeah, I still feed him. He's just fucking stupid. Yeah, him and Teddy mostly get along, or her, I don't know. Chat said that most orange cats, like 80% of them, and I looked it up, it was true, like 80% are boys, I think. So it's probably, statistically, it's likely a boy cat. You sure he's hissing? Oh no, he's definitely hissing. Like he even has like the angry ears. Like he looks like ferocious. He looks like pissed off, and he does it, and then he like every once in a while his ears go normal and he'll meow, and then he walks a little bit, then his ears go back again and he hisses, and it's like you're just standing there. You can literally just be standing there pouring food in the bowl, and you see him like moving towards you in like some kind of mental struggle of like angry and excited. Last shift time? Okay, here it is, chat. That's what we've been working towards. And in fact, I can go ahead and lay down my fungus. We've been grinding away so that we can make this. I hope it was worth the grind, but realistically, it's probably just going to be like, this is what we made? Because usually a lot of things in Noita, when you do it at the end, you're like, oh, the payoff is you get infinite gold or infinite healing. This one is just going to be like infinite void liquid? What you would do with that, I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Okay, so on this last one, oh, I forgot we have to hold up. I gotta put down this. So the final shift. Here we go. Held material into blood, and remember, our blood, earlier, we shifted blood into void liquid. So look at this as saying held material into void liquid. So we want to hold the material that we want to turn into void liquid. That's what we're needing to do. So one of the materials, if we bring out the TANNERKIVI, this material that it's making is soil. So we're going to scoop up the soil. All right. So we have the soil. Now we eat the fungus.
Oh no.
We hold on to the soil. There's a little bit of grass in there, but it's fine. Whatever is the majority material, that's the one that shifts. Soil, there you go. You see right there in that same moment, soil turned into void liquid. Meaning that if we walk around with the stone out, if everything goes according to plan, interesting. It's a good thing you guys told me to grab Breathless. Huh. So void liquid, for those that don't know, it is a liquid that is naturally in Noita. It's an actual material that exists. And what happens is, whenever void liquid comes in contact with stuff, it like rearranges the pixels. So I could show you an example of it. Where's a good spot? I mean, it's kind of, it looks weird if you do it on stuff like this. Watch this. I actually did a crappy job there. Let's see if I can throw it. If I throw it on here, oh no, you can't even see it. You can see it a little bit. So like I'm pouring it out right now, but you really can't see the visuals until it hits the lava. It does look very odd though. Does it do something to the Kiwi boss, the stone boss? Seriously doubt it, but never say for 100% in Noita until you test it yourself. Okay. We'll be fine, right? Kill it? No, 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 no. We aren't equipped for this. So it just kind of like disintegrates and like rearranges the pixels and stuff. It's very odd. What will it do to the 3 door bosses? Ooh, I love that question. Let's go see. Can Void Liquid freeze? I don't think so, but I don't know. I haven't really toyed around with Void Liquid very much. This is probably the most I've like, other than just like creating some from time to time, just to look at it. I haven't really done any Noita sciencing with it. That's why I was just kind of running around and looking at stuff. All right, let's see if I can wake up this dude. You kidding me? These eggs are breaking too fast. What? Hold on. That's nonsense. No way. It breaks the eggs too quick. Oh my god! Oh my god! The boss spawned! Oh my god! How am I alive? Oh shit!
That's over with.
Of course, that was the exact moment the boss was like, now I spawned. It's like, you motherfucker. I shot like 100 eggs at that son of a bitch. He spawns the moment I get sheeped. That is a fucking scam if I've ever seen one. Well, I need to get rid of that dude. I don't trust him. Where'd he go? Where is he? I don't see him. I'm scared. He's dead? I don't know if I believe that. Did you see him? The stone does not kill these guys. Sad times. Even the void liquid pouring on top of their head seems to be no good. That'd have been cool though. That'd have been really cool, like rearranges the boss. You think you saw him? Oh god. You're freaking me out, man. Alright, well, time to just kill the boss, I guess. We were hoping, if you guys are curious, this is a boss that can be killed by physics, so when you shoot black holes over him, you can actually kill this boss just from digging away at him. So the idea was, if TANNERKIVI digs away at the ground like this, maybe you can kill that boss by just hitting him with that TANNERKIVI void liquid. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Which I guess makes sense, because I don't think the TANNERKIVI, even when it turns it into dirt, doesn't kill him. But, you know, had to try it with the void liquid. Never know if you had some kind of crazy interaction. And we don't have to kill him with the black holes. We could. Our damage wand is good enough that we can shoot him. Just know that the difference between killing them with black holes versus killing them with like shooting with just damage. If you kill them with black holes, this is considered like not a normal kill method. Like it doesn't give the player kill credit, because it's like you pretty much deleted them from existence. You didn't necessarily damage them. While this method, when you kill them with damage, will give you kill credit. When I say kill credit, I just mean +1 to your boss kills down here. There's nothing else. Like, it's not like, oh, if you don't get kill credit, you don't get a special drop. No, nothing like that. It's literally just, do you want +1 to the progress chart there? And the progress chart is really just like stats, which the drops were pretty meh. Could you go to Wand-Mart? Sure, let's see what Wand-Mart's got. Let's see if there's anything interesting. Give us an area to goof around into. Can you imagine if you turned him into a void boss and he became invincible? Hey, I would love that. Just, I mean, obviously it would be bullshit, but at the same time, it'd be kind of cool to see something different, something new I'd never seen before. After all that, oh shit, after all that work. So this area is kind of crazy, because this zone, if you look at this material, when it comes in contact with void liquid, it causes it to make more void liquid. So the Wand-Mart area just like vanishes once you have some kind of void liquid that you can spawn in it. So you can just see it's kind of like chaining into just mass world deletion. And you don't even need to do the most like insane fungal shifts to pull this off. The key is that you just need a way to, you just need to make some void liquid, that's all. What was that then? Oh my goodness, there is some poly down there. Let's not go near that. There's another placate. Does the void stone work on those white Mina statues? Ooh, we'll try that in a moment. I doubt it, but it doesn't hurt to try, right? The discoveries are made. See, look, we'll even zoom far away, and you can kind of see us. Oh, dude, there's just so much. There's just too much things that are void liquid right now. It's just snowballing too fast. That is poly. No, I am not searching for more poly moments. Fuck that. I had enough for today. No more poly moments, please. Back to your corner? Okay, okay. Lock it in already? Alright, you think I should go kill Kolmi? Am I pushing my luck? Dude, look at the fungus trying to fight against the void liquid. You can see the fungus is like slowly building up, but then the void liquid is like deleting it. Is there any in-game purpose to void liquid? I think it's meant to just cause chaos, I think. Well, actually there is something kind of interesting. So, just a little bit of Noita yapping. Somebody may have more information too. You know me, my memory with a lot of this crap is usually garbage. But there is a spot right here referred to as the Cauldron. and it's over to the right of the hiisi base. And this cauldron was in the game for years. And nobody knew what the hell its purpose was. It's just there. Devs wouldn't tell us shit about it. It just existed. And the only thing that we really knew about it is that sometimes the cauldron is fully intact, like you see it here. It's just a cauldron sitting there empty. And there were some days that the cauldron would be filled with void liquid. And when the days that it filled with void liquid, it would kind of disintegrate the area. So you would just walk over here and it would just look like pretty much what's happening here, where you just kind of just see everything's all fucked up and dissolved looking. Well, not as bad as, like when you go down here, it's just all deleted. It looks more like, let me try to go into an area that you can kind of get more of a look. Something like this, where you just see the ground's all like fucked up. So anyways, so a genius out there, a gigabrain, when they were trying to solve one of the mysteries in Noita that was, well, basically, so that existed in the game for years, and nobody knew what it was. Even when the devs were asked about it, you know, they were pretty dodgy. They didn't really like give us direct answers most of the time. And then one day when they returned, the dev that made the cauldron also added another thing to Noita. It is the Sky Islands. Well, on those Sky Islands, there was a message that was hidden on one of the islands, and it led down to this whole, you know, chain of like, oh crap, what does this mean? Well, the guy that figured it out, he said what he did was he basically he had to decipher this message, and Fury's got a video on it. He's the one that really broke down how it all came down. So if you're curious, you can always look it up. Fury Forge got a great video on it. But the cauldron, using I don't know how you describe it. You essentially make a key using the cauldron. A day that the cauldron is not filled with void liquid is like a 0, and a day that it does have void liquid in it is a 1. So 0, 1, 0, 1. So you would do that for like, I think like a month. I again, like you'd have to look into it. The guy who actually solved it is the one who's the gigabrain. I'm just trying to relay how he kind of explained it, but obviously, since I didn't solve it myself, I wouldn't, you know, fully understand how he came to the conclusion that this is the method, because it sounds crazy. But he made a key using the days that it was solved, or the year. Oh, a year, not the month. It's a year, bro, an entire year. Okay, that's a long time. So an entire year, he made a key using, I guess, 0, 1, 0, 1, blah, blah, blah. And that key could then be used on the, like the encoded message to decode it or decrypt it or whatever the hell that's considered, decipher it. And then that's where you got the message that was from the devs that said, those who seek... Chad, help me on this one. Those who seek the truth instead find its profound absence. So, sounds like it's, I mean... No, Fury has a video where he talks about the guy who solved the cauldron. Fury's the one who's got the video where he... Because the guy posted it on Discord, and then Fury made a video talking about it and stuff. It's an annual function before it loops, if I remember correctly, about a year. Okay, thank you, Latali. So there you go, he knows. The cipher was solved independently, and then it was found that the key matches the void empty set. Yeah, so basically, whenever the message was decrypted or whatever... It was decrypted without using the cauldron, like a cipher or whatever the hell that's considered. But when you use that key that was made from the cauldron, it did match up and it did show that the cipher was correct. So basically, it's like you could use it to verify your work. Because otherwise, whenever it comes to deciphering stuff, sometimes you can actually get multiple answers depending on how, I guess, things are broken down. And so by it matching up with the void, with the cauldron, I guess, key that was made, shows that it had to be correct, I guess, is the idea. That's why when people stop by and they say, is the cauldron solved? It's like, maybe. I mean, is that its only purpose? Oh, thank you, by the way. 3 Babies linked the video if you guys are interested in the Fury Forge video about it. Is that its only purpose? We don't know. Nothing else has ever been found out on it. But yeah, there you go. Latali says without you guess the key and then could verify it. So, that's why if people stop by and they say, "Is there something unsolved in Noita?" and some people will say the Cauldron, and it's like it's hard to say because the Cauldron, that the fact that the same dev made the Sky Islands that made the Cauldron means that there's a good chance that could be its entire purpose, kind of like tying together something that he left unfinished. The eyes, on the other hand, were made by a different dev. So it's something likely completely separate, and nothing has ever been found out. There's never been any like, hey, this message is hidden here, or oh, you're supposed to do this. Nothing has ever really been discovered about the eyes other than the fact that they exist. So that is why I usually push people towards the eyes, because if there is something that is left unsolved, it would probably be in the eyes rather than the Cauldron. Could be wrong. Both of them could have nothing, or they both could have something. That's possible. But if I was a betting man, I would bet to say that if there was something unfinished, it's in or unknown to the Noita community, it would be with the eyes. So sum it up. What does the Cauldron exist for? To be a key to decode the hidden message that was in the islands. And the reason that would be my guess. And the devs didn't really want to speak on it because it was unfinished. And by saying it was unfinished, they would get the community's hopes up that they were going to be returning at all or soon because it's unfinished content. So instead they would just not give us any information. This is my guess. They would give us no information till eventually one of the times they did return and the dev was like, okay, finally I can tie together what that Cauldron is for, and so people can see, boom, there it is. Meanwhile, the eye puzzle never had any changes as far as we know, never had anything added, never had anything removed as far as we know. And I think one of the dev that did make the eyes was around when they were doing the patching again. He was still, I think doing stuff. So the fact that he didn't feel the need to add something in to finish the puzzle that he had started means that it's done. Whatever's needed is there. And then the devs themselves have even said, somebody, I forget what the quote was, but basically when they're asked about the eyes, it was just like the eyes, whatever, they're complete, or something about being like they're not missing something is the way I interpreted it. They are that. What eyes? I still haven't found the other document that's supposed to be better. These eyes. They're eyes that spawn in the world. Hold on. If you type !EYES, you get linked to document where you can learn a little bit about them. But again, the document just explains that they exist. It doesn't tell you like, here's what the eyes are supposed to mean. Here's how you solve them. They never solved them, so they can't tell you anything. The eyes have a little bit of a history in Noita, that a little bit of a debating history, because there was a person who have claimed to solve the eye puzzle, and that they tried to make it into like some secret puzzle for the community, and they didn't want to just reveal the answer. Turned out the person was lying, and it led the whole community on this wild goose chase for like a couple weeks. Apparently I was the first person who posted about the eyes in the Noita Discord. Oh, really, Latal? That actually is pretty fitting, though. You would be, because most people, I think, when they saw it, they'd probably be like, huh, I've never seen this before. But they may think, like, maybe it's a thing that other people are aware of. But when you saw it, you were like, this is some new shit. I don't recognize this. Does Void destroy the worm crystal? I went to the Discord and asked people, what the hell is this? And that was after 1.0, correct, Lotali? F that particular individual. Yeah, it was a pretty lame move, kind of toying with people's hopes and all that kind of stuff. I mean, had it been real, it would have been kind of cool, right? People would be like, oh, like they made it into a little game and everybody in the community tried to solve the puzzle together. In reality, they just wanted attention and they were just getting people's hopes up. Yeah, right after, like, the same day. That's what I thought. I was gonna say, I could have swore I saw clips of it, like, either the day of or day after 1.0 released. Because people were like, what is this? And I was like, I don't know. I've never fucking seen that before. That's why I felt like it had to have been added with 1.0. Alright, let's get moving down to the boss. There was something we were wanting to test this on, and I was...
Big. My girlfriend lives in another state and I don't have pictures. energy from that guy that gaslit the community about the ice.
Yeah, it was. Especially in the end, they were still like, they still pussied out in the end, and we're just like, well, I mean, whenever they got really cornered, they were like, well, my friend solved it. And I was like, oh my god, this is almost like comedic level of like, you know, my dad works at Microsoft or some shit. Well, he said my friend solved it. I actually haven't solved it. And it was just like, are you actually typing this? Like, what the hell is this shit? I remember seeing their messages posted into the Discord when they said, well, my friend actually is the one that solved it. And I just thought, exit. Like, I knew that motherfucker was a liar. And before his friend actually solved it, that'd be the biggest plot twist. Comes back like 2 or 3 years later to be like, you guys didn't figure it out? Well, I asked my friend. Here's the detailed instructions. Like, oh my god. What if it was pirate software? Oh my god. No. He would. Come on, guys. Come on. We'd never. Oh, the Mina statues. Thank you, Chad. I was like, there was something that was an interesting suggestion. The Mina statues. I highly doubt it would mess with them, but just for a little bit of science for a moment.
You got it wrong. His dad worked at Blizzard, first, second generation.
It was tricky though, because you know, when the person announced that they had made this discovery and the community was getting all hyped, I remember Fury even made a video on it, so then people constantly were coming in here like, oh shit, you hear about this? And like, you know me, I try to be decently optimistic, but you could feel like this is likely a troll. So then it constantly having to be like, you know, just so you know, it's probably nothing. So I felt like I was really like being a downer on the situation. Everybody stopped by and I'm pretty much like shitting on their dreams. But I was like, listen, don't trust this person. Like, this is some random person. I never heard of them. If it was Latali or some shit, I'd be like, this shit happened. This is real. But if it's like a person that's like, hey, I've never posted in the channel ever before. I've never posted in Discord ever before. I made a discovery.
Talia solved it and Hassan got that collar to keep her quiet.
Oh.
The signs are all over his streams, people.
Holy shit. Tandag pieced it together. He's a genius. Void liquid in the tree. You got it, boss. Actually, let me get into the... Can we see how long it takes to fall all the way to the sun? The thing is, it doesn't... Let me see if it falls smoothly. It's kind of weird. It's a little bit chunky. You know what I mean? It's like you fall, you hit something, you fall, you hit something. Void liquid the music machine. Oh shit, just straight up deletes it. That was... Alright. It wasn't the void liquid, it was the actual stone itself was trying to turn it into like void liquid itself, and that just deleted it. Have you tried orienting your toupee in the eye direction to unlock the cauldron? What kind of suggestion is this shit? Oh, there's one of the... Oh, look at these. These are the copy spells guys. He's copying my black holes. And he's dead now. Oh, that's not one of the statues we're looking for, apparently. Nope. Where's the statue at? Hello, statues. I know you're around here somewhere. There's actually a good amount of those copy guys. I know there's some in here, but I didn't realize there could be that many. I've seen like 5 already. Plentiful. There's number 6. Dude, statues, where are you? The fuck, man?
Drink Void and Sema to get Void drunk to understand the ice.
Oh, I see. It all makes sense. Makes too much sense. Okay. Wait, what the hell? Hello, friend. Do we have enough damage to pop him quickly? Oh. Where? Oh, there's one of the statues right there. There we go. No! I don't have any way to jump into the liquid. Thank you. So there we go. We're gonna resurrect this guy. He came to life. This guy naturally will try to fight the Alchemist. It's pretty funny. They're naturally aggressive towards each other. Or at least they should be. Did I grab anything to mess with that? No, I didn't. Oh, you can see they're fighting a little bit. Hold up. Are they duking it out? Oh yeah, is he teabagging him? Dude, there's so much polymorphine. Yeah, see, you see how they're naturally aggressive towards each other? I gotta watch out because the boss, you gotta like stay in a spot that's decently hidden so that hopefully the boss won't be starting shit with you. But none of his abilities can hurt the statue guy. So if you wait long enough, the statue guy will solo him. So the reason the eyes can't be just called as like, oh, the eyes are dead because people data mined and there's nothing there. It doesn't necessarily work like that. It works like that if you're saying, hey, should there be like a boss that spawns in whenever you do something with the eyes? That should in general be something that you can find in the code, but there's nothing like that there. But what it could be though is if you were to type a hidden message is just like if you were to write a sentence in any language, right? And the eyes are just the language in which you're speaking, and it's up to the people to figure out what that hidden message is. There doesn't need to be anything special, or if there is something, it could be on, I guess, on an engine level, even something like that. I don't know. There may be other ways to hide it, but the point is, just because there isn't something blatantly in the code that's like, hey, boss spawns or whatever, doesn't mean that there isn't any hope that there could be something for it, you know? Alright. Okay, so he doesn't give a shit about it. That's what we found out. And nothing that I have... Oh, I have a drill on my wand, actually. Do I have a drill on my wand? No, I'm using it on my teleport wand. Is it the only damage we got? There we go. Just spammed him with the drill and... he's out of there. Right on the coral chest, you got a boss. And then we'll head down to the boss area after that. I'm curious if the hourglass can hold void liquid. I'll check that too. My hourglass is intact. But as you can see, it'll mess up the altar. Everything else seems just fine. This guy's also a physics object. As you can see, this doesn't affect him at all. Black hole will delete him though. Coral chest does nothing.
I like how chat figures out more and more places to go where Dunk can get accidentally polymorphed.
Yeah, true. They're like, what if there's some at the bottom of that lava? I'm like, there could be. Check it out. Nope, nothing down there. Alright, there's something with this fungus, I think. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna do. So I scoop up a little bit of this fungus, right? And then we go way up to the top. We drop the fungus from up here. We create a fungus mountain. This fungus, when it interacts with the air, makes more fungus. Fungus mountain, Charlie. Alright. We got that. And then from there, if I create some void liquid down here. Aw, I thought maybe it would keep going up. Maybe if I do it from above. Like little gaps in it. Oh shit. Holy shit, it's going quick. Oh, that looks cool. That was kind of neat. So it's like you had to just create some above it, and once you did, you see it was immediately like eating all the fungus. I had to like speed to like catch up to how fast it was destroying all that fungus. So now here's what I want to try to do. If I look at the map, okay, we got Kolmi right here. We got the lava there. So this is the sweet spot. Let's say right there. Follow that. Follow that. All right, right about there. So what we do, we run to here. We bring out the stone, and we AFK as we wait for it to take us to the boss. Take me to the boss. Chop, chop. Get to it, TannerKivi. Oh, the hourglass. I'll get that too. Hold on. Alright, we're down to Toveri now. Hold on, I think I had to run over here. Is this... No! That was so unlucky. Oh shit, it converts the glass. Yeah, you could, wait, is it dissipating in there? I don't know, it could be because I have cracks in it that it's causing it to seep out, you know? Let me open the top a bit more. There we go. Maybe you have to find a way to seal it up so it doesn't find a way to escape. It is holding it, but it has a lifetime. Oh, it has nothing to do with air. It's literally just it will expire no matter what, Latali. So there's no like, hey, find a way to seal it up and then boom, you're good to go. All right, well, boom, it will expire. Okay, so no hope in thinking our way into something cool on that. All right, back to what we were doing. Back to our auto traveling to the boss. What? A single pixel? We give this guy one job and he black holes it. Hey, we still got it. We still got it answered. We still found the solution. Don't worry, it's going. Didn't know Noita has fast travel. Noita has it. We reinvented it. There is world tele wands, but we made slow travel. It's where you take 10 times as long, but you don't have to press any buttons and you just get there. Welcome to the future. Dare you to go AFK? Pfft, no problem. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. I'll be back. Did it seriously get caught on a pixel the moment I walked away? What the fuck? What? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. What the fuck? That's a scam. It was going perfectly until I walked away. I don't know what the exact, because I'm not moving at all. Like I'm not like dodging out of the way of pixels. It just happened to be the moment I stepped away was the moment it was like, and fuck you. I think I'm too far to the right. I may drop into lava. No, wait, we're good. We're in the sweet spot. We're in the sweet spot. You were going to die to lava? Oh, I was not. Watch this. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Okay, maybe a little bit of danger. All right. Where were we? Oh yes, we're gonna murder the boss. Why is it like a gourd? Because earlier, I walked near him with a gourd in my inventory. He takes it out of your inventory and his visual changes happen. Like he gets like a different skin, but he still does the same attacks and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and heal up to make sure I don't mess up on this boss fight, doing something silly. But let us begin. The reason he has that reskin is because there is like a quest involving the gourds and changing them into this, but right now we weren't doing that quest. I kind of just did it for the fun of it. Giving them a cool look. Cool new look. Ow, I electrocuted myself like immediately. Oh, come on. A little bit of danger. That's fine. Bring out the stone. Maybe let a little lava in. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh yeah, you guys kept saying you want to see if the hands get deleted. There you go. I should answer that for you. We'll see if we can pull this off. No! Messing up my other finger. You piece of shit. My good finger. This is for you, chat. I'm making this just for you. Okay, it's not quite as good as I hoped it would be. It's not. That is not a penis, Chad. That was supposed to be me giving you the middle finger. That's, yeah, see, there you go. Chad gets it. That's not a penis.
Smash.
Wait, what, you want to make it into a Laciaci hand? Laciaci. Alright, what do we got here? Let's just, it's not a penis, Chad. How dare you? See? That... Hold on. Let me make it less degenerate. It's not, this is not helping, is it? I don't think of a way I could alter the arm to look like something else, but the penis is pretty much the only result, I think. Focus up, old man, and lock it in. Alright, let me just at least saw off this arm real quick. There you go. And one quick run around up here. What was that? Is that a fisting reference? No, wait, what? What? I just want to see if I came from above with all this void liquid. Lame. Don't worry, chat. I would never die where the peasants die. That's embarrassing. Never make such a mistake. Ah, yes, gold to gold. The most insane shift known to man. Gold to gold, baby. Nobody's ever seen this before. Truly an original moment. If you hold this stone, will you fall infinitely? Okay, yeah, seems like the answer is yes. Earlier we were getting caught on stray pixels whenever it was doing the dissolving, but now I guess that the world is gold. It just lets you freefall. If you shift away gold dust during the run, is it coming back? No, the gold dust will stay as whatever you shifted it into. So for example, if you change gold dust into fungus, when the world ends, all the spots that will have gold dust. So this is solid gold. This is not gold dust. But if I was to bring out this stone and move like this is like a powder material. This is gold dust. That would be whatever you changed it into. So if you made it into fungus, this would all be fungus. Then, once it's fungus, you could then eat the material and do another fungal shift. The issue is, pretty much everything is gold and you've carried over one material, which is fungus. So I've never come up with anything too crazy to do after carrying like some material into the late game. Or to the after game, I guess I should say. But you can. Can you try this accent identification by AI? Wonder what it says for a native English speaker. What is this? You have an accent when speaking English. I bet I can guess it in 30 seconds. I've been spending more time outdoors lately. Whether it's going for a walk, having a picnic, or just sitting in the park, being outside helps me recharge. The fresh air and sunshine always lifts my spirits. So do I just read this and it's fine? Tap to speak. Do I have to, do I hit it and then read this? I'm guessing. All right. I've been spending more time outdoors lately. Whether it's going for a walk, having a picnic, or just sitting in the park, being outside helps me recharge. The fresh air and sunshine always lifts my spirits. American English. You sound like a native English speaker with an American accent. It's true. Hey, I didn't get identified as Texan. I'm good. I wasn't sure if I had that, you know. It was gonna be like, you're from the South. Yeehaw. 3% Spanish. I had some slight Vietnamese, you know. It's you know, it's in my DNA. What can I say? I'm a little bit from all over the world. Little Vietnamese, little Spanish. Hold on, where are we going over here? Where were we? All right. Oh well, we're going in. Mr. Worldwide. Yes. The only places that matter. Win number 2,569. We're going there. We're going all the way to 2,600. We're coming up quick, chat. We're coming up quick. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I do what I can. Let me lock in the win real fast. I won. I won. Okay, it wasn't too much of a delay. I think it's okay. Something earlier, DunkBot may have been lagging up a storm. That's not too surprising. What's up, BioKnight? Those apps steal your voice and use it for scams. I know a girl who downloaded the AI voice app that changes your voice, but it turns out it saves your own recordings and learns from it. 2 months later, her parents got a call from her saying in her own voice that she was in an accident and needed money for treatment, but it was an AI with her voice. Her parents luckily called her actual number and she answered, but they still got scared and worried when they heard her voice. What the hell? Well, luckily my voice is all over the internet anyway, so being real, you know, and my dad and mom never answer the phone anyway, so we're going to be fine. They like, all right, you tried to scam me, but I ignored your call. Imagine, I can just picture my dad picking up the phone, like he's got a cell phone, it's a call, it's like, your son was in a tragic accident. It's like, oh, you knew it was a scam? He's like, huh? What scam? What? Dad? Dad! He's like, that was a scam? Oh shit. I didn't even know. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Let's check out the streaks for the day. Sorry the stream was so late, and if you guys are curious, yes, I was running late to stream, but we also had tech issues. And for anybody who thought I was lying, I literally opened the stream up today, was complaining about tech issues. The stream went for about 14 minutes, and then my computer just shut off. It just shut, no, halfway. It half shut off. Monitors turned off. Apparently stream turned off, but DunkBot stayed on. So people still subscribed even though the stream was offline. So I couldn't tell what was happening. I had to pull up my phone and was asking chat, am I live? And people were just saying random shit, which is pretty much what you guys do regularly anyway. So I still couldn't tell if I was online or not. So yeah, it was the tech issues was the start of today's stream. And then I reset the computer, did a Windows update, all this shit, and I told chat, hey, if the stream goes down again, then I'm just gonna have to end for the day and figure out whatever the issue was. But the stream stayed up the rest of the day, so who knows? Seems like whatever it was kind of resolved itself. Woo! Look at the streakers today. I'm just gonna start blasting through the list. What's up?
By it.
That Vex, that poor Vex. That explains so much though at the same time. I'm just going to blasting through all the streaks because we have a ton to go. Golden Yes Science going out to the one Metalhead, Foshizzle, Ravmar, Speed 2CZ, Chromie, Steven, PD George.
Listen, Dunk. I will explain it one time to you. In the areas where they grate with moin, instead of good morning, they say moin moin. German lessons.
Moin moin. You know what? I have something to say back to you, Dunkleberry. You ready for this? You ready to find out that I'm fluent? Anti-baby pilling. I know, I impressed you. I impressed you. You're like, clearly he has to be fluent to know such an obscure word. And very useful word, though. Anti-brain pilling. Is that brain birth control? Okay, hold on. Where were we? Sponge, aka Sponge, with a golden yes sign. We had several golden yesers today. Glad to see it. 7 streaks going out to Metalhead.
Okay, can we just imagine the sea of DNK6 if you actually died from that poly?
Oh my god.
Almost a history throw.
That's true. That would have been a historic throw. You're not lying. Evan99, The Stony, Shizzle, Ravmar. Does anybody have the clip of where I almost died earlier? I would like to show, because some people may just have walked away for a bit and missed that moment, because that literally, we're talking pixels away, where the difference between all these people being like, hell yeah, 7 streaks, and them DMing me death threats after stream to be like, you no good piece of shit. You lost my streak. I will never forgive you. It was this close to sadness. Aya with a 7 streak. What's Striker? Strikler? Stashless? Pimple Cram? Dark Matter Synthesis? Rahan, Miksu, Lord Huron, No Lava, Loopy Luke, George, God of Rabbits, Wilhelm, I Wilhelm tell you what, Aster Nick, Alexanders, it's kind of like Alexander's, A Fox in the Box, The Rev, Echo Zero, I'm running out of oxygen here, Timo, Aurora, Marius Orc, Not That Funny, Lucius Kane, Flying Ground to Welchmers, Dr. Slurm, Sevink, Chopped Wool. Holy crap. Scrap 28, Aswip, Wax, Lunarian, Cocky, Grexco, and Arakasi. Don't worry, the final shop of the day is coming up soon. I'm just running out of oxygen, so I'm going to take this moment to play this clip from Thumbsy to show that I'm a god gamer, and definitely there was no luck involved at all. This was an all-skill moment. I need you to take out your pen and papers and take notes. Zag says he wasn't worried, because Zag knows, man. Oh my god. By the way, that's called acting, by the way, because you got to pretend like it was an almost near death. That way people believe you. You can't just, like, you know, get out of the polymorph and be like, was that entertaining? No, you got to pretend you were shocked. Oh my god, I almost died. Acting, chat, acting. If you want to be a streamer and rise up in the world, you got to learn how to act. It really was waiting. Oh my god! The boss spawned on that exact moment. That was. Oh my god! The boss spawned. Oh my god! Mary, what the hell is this clip? God damn it! Hold on. What? What did I just? What is this? Whatever. Okay, how are you so degenerate? I can't even say hey. What? Whatever. Okay, how are you so degenerate? I can't even say hey. Okay. Mary's lost her goddamn mind. Zocris with a back-to-back 7 streaks, the 14 streak. Snackflin with the double 7 streaks, the 14 streak. Rianad, Naros, Zenethorn, and Impro Snake, congratulations on your 14 streaks. Oh, I forgot the -7s going out to How Is This My Name? And it's Kristen. Both of them have 7 wrong predictions in a row. You get a little dunce cap for your sweatling whenever you're that stupid that you've been wrong 7 times. Maybe it was intentional, maybe it was stupidity, we don't know. But congratulations to both of you on your -7s. Actually, out negative streaking them, Piglet has a back-to-back -7 streak, -14. Not bad, Piglet. Not bad. Not bad. Not bag. I guess that could also work. It's in the bag. Quantum Sleep and Blue Dragon and Suzitor are the 3 7 streakers in a row. 21. Quantum, Blue Dragon, Suzitor, very nice, very nice. Jet Dragon with the 4 7 streaks, the 28 prediction streak. Jet Dragon, congratulations on your 4th 7 streak in a row. But you know what? Who's sitting at the top of the mountain? Who's flexing on everybody for having tiny brains? Blinks. Blinks stands alone with a 35 prediction streak. Not bad, Blinks. Not bad at all. One last Fox girl? No, I am not. No. No, I am not enabling that behavior. You stop that right now. Mods, get the spray bottle. We're gonna send a raid over to another Noita streamer who's currently playing Noita at the moment. Actually, it says Noita, don't stop. Wait, don't stop. If you stop, you explode. Oh shit! Wait, is he playing a modded Noita?
It's me. Why? Because I'm the king of bottoms.
He may be doing a modded Noita where if you stop, you explode. That could be pretty entertaining. Veldak, please calm. Remain calm. NPYU System is one we rated somewhat recently, and he is a English / French streamer. And so, you know, don't always completely dominate it in English. Make sure that, you know, leave room for other people in the French community to discuss stuff as well. Can you cancel a gifted sub? Why is that even a question you're asking? Is that something you're trying to look into right now? Are you trying to find out how to return money that you did not spend? That's fucked up. Hey, what the hell, man? How dare you? How dare you? Josh says, yes, you can. Wait, is that even... What? Oh? You can refuse it? I didn't even know that was a thing. I can't tell if you guys are lying right now. I don't know what's real anymore. But you know what is real? I'll be back in about 14 to 15 hours. We're going to be playing some more Noita. Hopefully, I'll be more on time later today. Please forgive me. I suck. I know, chat. I'm terrible. I will be a better streamer. Remember, I'm always working to improve for you guys, all right? Everything I do is for the community. Sorry about the tech issues today. I'm going to go work on DunkBot 2.0. I'm going to go make out with Solar for a little bit. Maybe code on some DunkBot 2.0. I'm going to get something to eat, and then I'll be ready for Noita in 14 hours, okay, chat? Thank you for all the support. Curluck, thank you for the bits. He does this all the time. Curluck, thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Curluck. Thank you, chat. Thank you for being here. Deuces.